The judge at former President Trump's criminal trial in New York just rejecting a defense motion for a mistrial, saying it's not warranted. This as Stormy Daniels testifies about her claims of a sexual encounter with the former president in 2006. Testimony the defense argued is extremely prejudicial, with questions only designed to inflame the jury and not related to business records, the central issue in the case. Fox Business's Lydia Hu has been in the courtroom.
I think it was a moment I'll never forget. You could probably hear a pin drop as everyone kind of craned their head around, wanting to see Stormy Daniels enter the courtroom and walk just behind our former president as she proceeded up to the witness stand.
The former president calls it a false, ancient story, also posting on Truth Social it was fully adjudicated by the voters in 2016. The judge is dismissing the mistrial motion, but said he agrees with the defense that some things would have been better left unsaid and that the witness was a little difficult to control. The judge, however, insisting the court's done everything to protect both sides. Renewed optimism in Washington about a possible ceasefire and hostage deal in Gaza.
A day after Hamas laid out a counter-proposal for a ceasefire in Gaza, White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby says Israel and Hamas should be able to close remaining gaps.
That's not insignificant. Everybody is coming to the table.
CIA Director Bill Burns is representing a U.S. delegation negotiating a potential deal to free hostages and pause fighting.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. This as Israeli forces attack Hamas targets in Rafah, described as a limited operation in the southern city, where President Biden's warned against a major offensive, putting civilians at risk. Of the 132 hostages still held in Gaza, at least 38 now declared dead. Israeli officials say a 61-year-old man was murdered in October, his body taken by Hamas. America's listening to Fox News.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Progressive presents 10 things on a food truck owner's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Stocking the fridge, prepping the stations, finding employees that get along well, finding employees that actually do their job. Looking at you, Gary. Balancing the books, balancing the flavors, having a fresh menu and fresh produce and fresh meat, but never a fresh mouth. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Stand by with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, and sports raconteur extraordinaire. And the mechanical mangler at the controls, Flounder, Braves back in town, and it's Tuesday, and we got it all, baby. Look out.
The day I was born.
Here's our number. Now, they took down my number sheet. You know, it's okay. The freaking morning guys. These guys, you know, I think it's like it's an insurrection. It's a morning show insurrection. I mean, you know, I know they work so hard. They come in here at almost 5:45 to get ready for the 6 o'clock show. So they throw my papers out because they're in the way. And I had my special number and everything right there.
But it's right behind you.
Right behind.
Oh, well, why don't I? Oh, okay, let's see. All right, our number is 404-741.
Relay it to me.
Yeah, well, see. No, I'm just making a little thing. You know why? Because I'm excited because I can freaking hear better. I've had three. I had the car was all morning long. I got the bank thing all morning, and I did the ear thing, and now my ears are fixed. So I got like 3 happy things are happening all in the last
we almost started
hours.
The show on a positive note.
It is a positive note. And I said I'm doing great. I can hear, and I'm really happy.
You started complaining about the morning show.
Oh my God, they're turning on me. I'm telling you, they're turning on me. My God. All right, we got news. We got stuff. Here's a number, 404-741-1230. Like I said, 1230.
Tell the weather forecast, Flounder.
Yeah, what's the forecast there, Flounder?
Let's see here. There is a Chance of stormy weather with a chance of scattered panties.
Oh, hey, hi-oh. And by the way, is the Daily Mail doing this minute-by-minute blow?
And Fox, too.
Oh, it's unbelievable. And, in fact, we'll give you some salacious highlights of the trial. And she's back on the stand. They've actually had to take her outside to tell her to stop rambling and to try. The prosecutor actually took her outside in the hallway during a break. And said, all right, now listen, you got to start doing it. I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah, slap her around a bit.
Rough her up.
Yeah.
That's what she likes.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's an extra $50, but you know. And sometimes she'll pay you. Anyway, 305. I mean, by the way, she's a freaking guy. This woman is not attractive. She's got a huge square head. She's got a square butt. She's got, like man hand. I mean, she's just not attractive.
A couple things. But
she got big boobs, but that's guy.
Fake.
I know it's just anyway. I'm sorry. I know I'm being chauvinistic. And by the way, it's about. I was thinking about this again today. Coming into work today. And I was thinking about that thing from yesterday, about the story about the TikTok thing where the ladies decided whether they would rather be stuck in the woods with a bear or a man. And most of them said they'd rather have a bear because they can, they know what they're going to get. But a man you can't control and you're in danger and that. I'm thinking, oh my, how did this all start? It just...
Well, as Leo DiCaprio found out in that movie, a bear can... in
the woods, yeah. The other thing. Anyway, we're going to have a story about gender things, stuff like that coming up, a lot more protest stuff, and some kinky stuff on the Trump trial, getting it very quickly. Also, Pete Davis has a quick, kind of a last-minute version of the Kimmer's Rainy Day Theater Playhouse.
That's true.
And again, I stopped doing it because the last one I did was the best one I ever did, and nobody reacted. Nobody liked it. Nobody gave a damn. You guys sat there like freaking, with your thumb up your nose, and it's like that. And I said, that's it. I'm not doing another one. It's over. So now Pete Davis has shamed me into doing a quickie one-liner coming up, and you'll hear it short. In about in a little while, half an hour or so probably, and the show.
And we've rehearsed it. We literally have rehearsed
it. But like that'll work. Let's see. What are the over-under odds?
Usually the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, live and learn. That's my motto. Also, let's see. What do we got here? Got the thing with the thing. Another concert tonight. We'll have Pete's tweets, also AI, and you'll hear a serenade. Is it a Vietnamese gentleman or a Chinese gentleman? Do you know?
He's Asian.
We don't know.
That narrows it down a little bit, yeah.
And this is a social media phenomenon of some kind, and he's entertaining a crowd at a performance where he's singing. He's an Asian fellow singing American words in an American song, and clearly... he was given the words by pronunciation as opposed to the meaning. So, because when they're strung together, they really you'll hear.
They rhyme.
Yeah. Well, there you are. So you'll hear that a little bit later on today. Also, let's see what we got. Shall I do this now? It's 3:08, and it's a kind of a down, not really a downer, but sort of a downer. Wait a minute, where the hell did that go? That's no good over there. We've got this over here. Pete found this yesterday. I didn't know, and we had forgotten to mention that Chris Mortensen's funeral was in Arkansas yesterday. Mm-hmm. Chris Mortensen was the very well-known sports commentator and editor and writer, and even for years and years. Football analyst, ESPN for years and years. And I'm going to read this a quick tribute to him, and then I'll very quickly give my remembrance of Chris Mortensen. Because it was so important to how he helped me at a very important time. Now, what the hell happened to the thing there? Here we go. This is Pete got this. It's a text from Samantha Ponder, Sam Ponder, the woman. She's the ESPN girl, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Very well respected, well known, nice. I mean, really a good sports broadcaster and a good person. She says, I got to attend my friend Chris Mortensen's funeral in Arkansas today. It was emotional, of course, a whole full life summed up in just a few hours, but I was struck by a few things. One, no one mentioned a single TV report he ever made. He was one of the best in the whole industry, gave his whole working life to ESPN, but not one person brought up his actual work, only the way he treated people while he was doing it. Two, every single person mentioned the way he talked about his family while he was at work, the way he esteemed his wife, Mickey, and how proud he was of Alex. 3, he was very matter-of-fact about his faith, but never pushy. He would ask you how your faith was, but never judged and never made you feel ashamed for where you were. He just wanted to talk about it because it mattered to him. 4, he was hilarious. The only person he made fun of more than you was himself. Again, we're talking about Chris Mortensen. She writes, singing great is thy faithfulness with his friends, family, and colleagues is something I will treasure until it's my time to go too. You did well, Mort. From Sam Ponder from ESPN on Chris Mortensen, who passed away he had cancer. And he actually was fine for quite a while, like a year, a couple of years. Yeah. And then it, of course, like cancer, like what it does. And I'll just one quick story. A couple of years ago, and working on the radio, and my older brother Gene, the golf pro, had cancer and it was getting bad, and he died. And so I raced home and took care of business, and I was coming back from Hartford or something is where I caught the plane from New England, coming back to Atlanta, and I was flying first class because I only fly once every 5 years, and I spent the money, so kill me. So I was flying first class, and on the window, and as we're ready to take off, Chris Mortensen comes in and sits next to me in my seat next to mine in first class. And we just sat there, and as we're going along, he introduced himself. He said, I'm Chris Mortensen. I said, oh, I know who you are, Chris. I'm the Kimmer. He says, oh, I know you. I said, he said, yeah, well, I talked to you. I've talked to you before, but I said, oh my God, I can't believe you remember. It was a long time ago. And we got to talking. He saw my Marine Corps bag I had there and a caisson patch or something, and he talked about cat offensive and just kind of things. And he asked me where I was going, what I was doing. I told him my brother died, and I just come back. I put him, just like 8 hours earlier or something, and he stayed with me. We talked on the plane the whole time. When we got off the plane, he actually stayed next to me all the way to baggage claim, took my phone. In fact, I will show you right now. He took my phone and he put his number in my cell phone. And it's
well, don't say it.
Well, I won't say it. No, I won't say it. But again, he put his cell phone in my phone as a contact person. And he said, if you ever want to talk, I couldn't believe it. He was just the nicest, most decent, honorable, caring nerd. I really couldn't believe it for a media guy, especially a sports media guy. He was a remarkable man, and I'm so sad. Even now thinking about it, how he helped me. I was a wreck. I was an absolute wreck, and he just helped me. Like I can't describe. I really can't describe it. And it turned my whole attitude around. And he stayed with me. I really just he wouldn't leave my side to make sure everything was okay. It's fantastic.
Even he knew that you were incapable of putting anything into your phone.
Well, that's true. So he did. I swear to God, he did it for me. Yeah. I'm not making that up. He took my phone and he did.
He had to.
I guarantee you, if he had said, "Well, here, give me my number," I said, "I don't know how to."
I'm not going to tell you the entire story, but my best Chris Mortensen story.
Tell the story.
Super Bowl in Miami, Falcons Broncos. It's 2 a.m. in the morning. We've stolen the light beer from Miller blow-up chair from the media room, and me, Wayne, no offense, and Paul Mann, the newsman, I've outed him, and we're riding up the elevator to Wayne's room, and I'm laying on the floor of the elevator on top of it, trying to get the air out of it.
He's humping the air chair.
Elevator stops.
The Budweiser air chair. Pete is humping the air chair.
So trying to get the air out of it. Chris Mortensen walks in, and he looks down and just, gentlemen. And I looked up and said, Mr. Mortensen. And a couple of flights later, the elevator stops, and he gets off. He goes, y'all be careful. He could have turned us in, but he didn't.
Oh, man. Anyway, what a shame. What a shame. And rest in peace. God bless him. They're a wonderful fellow. Chris Mortensen. 3:14. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Tuesday. Braves back in town. You going to the game tonight?
I will probably wander over there. Are you going over there?
I'll go over there and have something to eat and maybe meet some people for a while and a little batting practice or whatever after the show or whatever. Why not? What the hell? Anyway, maybe Flounder might want to join us too.
We shall see.
3:14. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
Well, he's got to check in. And
we're checking in with a porn queen testimony next to the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
Hey, it's Rhino from the Morning Extra, getting your weekday morning started from 6 to 10 a.m.
There are more Democrats moving to Georgia. The only time my wife ever gets upset with me is while I'm driving and I start cussing.
Like bad cuss words?
I mean, as bad as it gets.
JC, get off the road! Do you ever scream like, go home, carpetbagger?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Yeah, are we going to the game tonight, honey? Or what did you want to do instead, sweetie? 3553.
Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh, great.
Yeah, let's go look for boxes. Let's go to the Container Store. How about that? Let's go look at freaking fabrics. There's an idea. No, you don't want to go golfing. You want to spend the afternoon at freaking West End Bingity Bang for the fabric store. Yeah, let's do that. God, $350. Thank God they closed those down. Anyway, sorry. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Well, we're goofing around, but that's the nature of the beast, and that's the way it goes. Unlike my buddies Jeff and Mark at Atlanta Safe House, man, they're going to take care of your business. If you need to lock stuff up, Atlanta Safe House is the answer. I bought 2 gun safes from Atlanta Safe House some years ago. I wish I'd taken them down to Florida where I lost my medical records, and the VA says, oh, by the way, coming up the VA about Agent Orange thing coming up today. We'll talk about that later. Keep your medical records in your safe and your things you want to save. The stuff for the kids going back to school, marriage and divorce papers, jewelry. They have high security safes and business safes and jewelry safes. And by the way, I know this sounds funny, Mother's Day Sunday. Oh my gosh. Now they have a showroom in Ackworth. You can work this out. I guarantee you can do this. Get your mother or your wife or from your kids a safe, but okay, Sal, what do you want your safe for? And then get something special inside it. So when she has a little fun to turn in the dials and stuff like that, she opens it up and boom, there's a corsage or a love note or something. And, she can keep her jewelry, whatever stuff in there. It's a great idea for Mother's Day or any day. Pistol safes and jewelry safes, all the top brands. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. These guys, Jeff and Mark, they only hire off-duty police, firefighters, and military to help them out as well as they help you too. Mention the Kimmer when you go to see him. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
The EQE SUV electrifies the spirit, soul, and body of the Mercedes-Benz SUV. User-friendly technology meets thoughtful utility, thorough refinement, and earth-friendlier power. Satisfying for both drivers and passengers with innovations that only Mercedes-Benz can deliver. Experience the all-electric 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQE 350 SUV today. Lease one for just $759 per month for 36 months with $72.53 due at signing. Exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models. And visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta Sandy Springs through May 31st, 2024. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Welcome to Collins Hill Golf Club. Located only minutes between Georgia 316 and I-85 in Lawrenceville, lies one of Northeast Atlanta's best fun and affordable golf courses. A beautiful traditional layout with small undulating greens and narrow tree lines, and a new pond restoration project that will enhance the beauty and playability of the course. Collins Hill offers a wonderful challenge for every skill level, but golf is just the beginning of what you'll find at Collins Hill Golf Club. The clubhouse is the ideal place for members and guests to relax. The staff at Collins Hill is another key asset to the club. There is always something going on at Collins Hill Golf Club. Interested in competitive golf tournaments locally? Join the Collins Hill Men's Golf Association. Annual membership includes a golf tournament happening every month. Visit collinshillgolf.com for information. That's collinshillgolf.com.
You have enough to deal with after an accident. You don't want to spend a lot of that time messing around with insurance companies. Besides, what are you going to say to them? You really know the ins and outs? David Van Sant at Van Sant Law does. He used to work for the insurance companies. Their worst nightmare. He knows who to call, what to say, how to listen to them, and he has your best interest at heart. Van Sant Law, 855-GA-INJURY. VanSantLaw.com, 855-GA-INJURY.
Support for Extra 106.3 comes from Natural Body Spa and Skin Remedy, celebrating their 35th anniversary and Mother's Day season with custom day spa and med spa packages. Discover Mother's Day gift ideas and award-winning day spa and med spa treatments available at Natural Body Spa and Skin Remedy, as well as e-gift cards online at naturalbody.com or in store at one of their 7 locations in Atlanta, Alpharetta, Decatur, Smyrna, and Snellville. Pamper your parent with the gift of spa at Atlanta's best day spa and med spa.
All right, look out now. 3:20, how's it going? Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Happy Tuesday. Beautiful day, 80-something, and Braves back in town. May head over there to see what's going on later. BB King here. Reminds me of a naughty joke about his wife giving him a present of tattoos for Christmas. No, we can't.
Keep moving.
I've actually said that on the radio many years ago, back when we could get away with it. 2015 on this day, 3 of BB King's 11 surviving children lost a bid in Las Vegas to take control over their father's affairs. They said they suspected BB King at 89 years old. They suspected his manager stealing his money and neglecting his medical care while blocking his children from seeing him in home hospice. BB King died in his sleep May 14th, 2015, at the age of 89. And again, it was on this day they went to court just a few days before he died to try to take care of things, and they lost. Thrill is gone, all right. Anyway, BB King. Our birthday list includes Bill Kreutzmann, 78 years old, Grateful Dead drummer. He played in every single one of the band's 2003. Oh, my God. The Grateful Dead did 2,300 shows.
That all?
How is that possible?
Is that all?
That's all? I mean, my God, that's... Well, what they put 20 years would be.
Well, they probably would have been. They would have done more if Jerry Garcia hadn't passed away.
Yeah, and get sucked into.
I mean, there's bands like that, like Fish or Widespread Panic. They probably played 3,000+ shows.
Wow.
Dave Matthews.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
Those are the good bands because they tour all the time. They go out and play live. They do what they're supposed to do. They play music.
Yeah, they don't worry about going to the studio. They just go out there. And
a little judgmental there.
Yeah.
Well,
there's so many bands that
like
make
the Beatles who quit touring.
They're kind of. I'll give them as an exception.
Okay.
Well, and ironically, in fact, a history thing here too. Last night I was worried about the concert. Crazy, what's the name? Neil Young and Crazy Horse. We're supposed to be at the amphitheater where I'm like 400 yards from my house. And there was no traffic at all. It must not have been a concert, or unless they got there 2 hours early. There was no sign. There was no nothing. Like
nobody cares.
It's on. I looked him up. I Googled the amphitheater schedule, and tonight he's supposed to be Neil Young and Crazy Horse tonight.
You said yesterday Crazy Horse died like 100 years ago.
Oh, that was the Indian guy, Crazy Horse. Anyway, so I don't know whether they're doing it or not. But either way, that's why I may just go to the ballpark for a while and avoid the traffic, because that's just trying to doing the last 80 yards. It could take me 45 minutes because the traffic's still blocked or trying to get parking spaces. Anyway, whatever. Okay, 322. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here's the number: 404-741-1230. 1230. The Trump trial resumes. Whore girls on the stand again, and the prosecutors are. The judge says the prosecutors are going into too much detail, and so he said it's really unnecessary. Just keep moving along. Daniels alleged she had a sexual encounter with Donald Trump and was paid money by his lawyer. It's the whole thing. By the way, the judge also denied a mistrial. And the Trump lawyer, I guess a minute by minute coverage of the court from Mail Online or from Daily Mail or someplace. The Trump lawyer named Todd Blanche moved this morning for a mistrial, citing what he called Stormy Daniels' prejudicial and salacious testimony about an alleged sexual encounter with Donald Trump. A lawyer mentioned some details about her tryst with Trump, like there was an imbalance of power between her and Trump and could unfairly inflame the jury. It's extremely prejudicial to insert safety concerns in a trial about business records. The issue is she has testified about consent, about danger, and that's not the point of the case. That's not the point of her testimony. How can you unring that bell? He accused Daniels, also the Trump lawyer, of changing her story about the encounter over the years. The judge said, no mistrial, but he says there are some things that should have been better left unsaid. And he said, I agree that the witness is very difficult to control. Stormy Daniels, the judges should say Stormy Daniels is very difficult to control. Now, here we go. Here's a couple of interesting side notes. Judge Mershon ruled that Stormy will be able to testify about sexual acts with Trump, but the girl prosecutor, Susan Hoffing-Hormouth, told the judge there would be no descriptions of genitalia. Well, that's so nice of you, God. Also, there's been speculation that Stormy Daniels used a copy of the highly respected financial magazine Forbes magazine to spank Donald Trump. She said, well, the magazine in question had Trump's face on the cover, and she swatted him right on the butt with it, unquote. This took place in 2006. Forbes published an issue called The 400 Richest People in America.
At his request?
Doesn't say. The cover showed Trump, his daughter Ivanka, son Don Jr., other people, including Warren Buffett. The claim to the issue was used to spank Trump was spread by late-night comedy shows, but the author of the Forbes says, no, wait a minute now. The spanking took place in July 2006. The issue didn't come out until months later. And she recounted her story, and Trump is just shaking his head. So, little things like this, is that real? Is it not? Was it a thing? Was she mistaken? Let's see. Stormy testifies about learning Donald Trump wanted to buy her story. She said she didn't care about the amount of money. It was just to get it done. Stormy said today that she was threatened by a guy in Las Vegas in a parking lot in June of 2011. She said it was at the shopping center she went to, where she went to Mommy and Me workouts with her daughter, who was an infant. She said, this is Stormy Daniels testifying, a man approached her and threatened her not to continue to tell her story about her encounter with Donald Trump. Stormy testified she did not tell police because he told me not to say anything and I was scared. She didn't want more of the story coming out. The father of her daughter was struggling with his own personal issues, and she said if she had told him that she had had sex with Trump, his world was exploding, and that would not have been very good. Holy mackerel. Let's see. Let's see. Met him in Las Vegas. Here we go. It's 3:26. Here we go. Another salacious thing here. Stormy's walking through the moment she came out of a hotel suite bathroom to find Donald Trump in his boxer shorts and a T-shirt on the bed. And she said it was like this. And she pulled up her left leg and stretched her right arm behind her in a seductive pose. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Donald Trump in underpants and a T-shirt. With his left leg cocked up and his arm under his... Oh, God.
Come hither.
Next, she said she is deploying all her acting skills. She's asked very briefly to describe having sex with Trump. She says being on the bed without most of her clothes and her shoes in the missionary position, immediately raising an objection from the defense. There had been a legal back and forth about how much detail could be included. The prosecution told to limit it. Was he wearing a condom, said the prosecutor, Susan Hormouth. No, she recalls it being brief. Stormy Hormy remembers being dressed, and that was absolutely dark outside. Her hands were shaking, having a hard time with the buckles on her shoes. Trump suggested they get together again, calling her Honey Bunch. She just wanted to leave. Daniels said she did not say no at any time. I didn't say anything. She took a cab back, and I felt ashamed that I couldn't stop it, and I just didn't stop it. I didn't stop it. Because you're a whore. You're a paid professional porn girl.
Say it correctly. A hua.
A hua.
A hua.
A hua.
Like, what's
HOA, a hua.
What was the name?
The Sopranos.
What was her
Carmela.
name? Carmela.
The hua. She's a hua.
She's a ha.
HOA, a hua. Let's see. Stormy, oh my God, this is 3:28. Stormy the Hormy recalls having to go to the bathroom, washing her hands, touching her lipstick, looking in a leathery toiletry bag. I'm not proud of it, but she looked in a leathery a man's adopt kit, they call it. She remembers Old Spice and Pert Plus, which is shampoo, which she thought was amusing. She recalls gold tweezers. Donald Trump had gold tweezers in his adopt kit.
No, well, first of all, I like Old Spice.
Old Spice.
I don't use it, but I like the smell of it.
Pert Plus.
Pert Plus.
That's
that was
like
the
girl
worst.
shampoo, man.
No, it was cheap.
Yeah, it was
and it was horrible.
Yeah, it was like the woman in the green Prel or something. Everybody had Prel. Was
with the pearl? You dropped the pearl in it.
Yeah. She felt there. She said he came out of the bathroom, being on the bed in boxer shorts and a T-shirt. She felt the room spin spin. Oh, my God, what did I misread to get here, she remembers thinking. She was trying to step around and leave, thinking she put herself in a bad situation. Trump stood up between her and the door, and she insists it was not in a threatening manner. She remembers Trump saying, I thought we were getting somewhere. If you wanted to get out of the trailer park, she remembers Trump stating, I was offended, she says. I think I blacked out. She does not remember, but she was not drunk or on drugs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So she's back in court. And they're saying, it's 3:29, they're saying the jury's really getting a show. She's expressive as a witness, using her hands and face, nose wrinkles, pouting, smiling, giggling. We've heard about condom mandatory porn shoots, tested for STDs once a month, twice a month now.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'm her pimp.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at you and say, how much is it going to take to get you in this hood?
Man, $27 million.
$27 million be your... Okay.
$45 million. I'm sorry.
$45
if you paid me $45 million, I would try to have sex with her. And I'd give back the money because, I mean, it wouldn't be fair because I couldn't do it. There's no way I'd be able to do it, truly.
You're a gentleman.
No, I'm gagging with the very thought of it.
you need a bunch of this afterwards.
No, gentlemen. Clorox
wiping off with this.
By the bucket. My God, man. 3:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Flounder's funnies and actual stuff here coming up, aside from Donald Trump, too, with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here we go, 3:30. Look out.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Pete, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Iran University is now offering scholarships to all U.S. students who are expelled over campus protests against Israel. What a wonderful idea. I would love to see the American students protesting against Israel take them up on this offer. A little word of warning, though. If you're gay, you're likely to be thrown off the top of one of the school buildings. Fine with me. Make it a pay-per-view event.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Neil Bortz here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now, I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, cpapsetc.com.
This is Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons. We've always been Atlanta's best at installing and servicing garage and entry doors, but you would be surprised at how many windows we've installed as well. So we're proud to announce a new division, All Four Seasons Windows. We now have the ability to make sure every opening in your house is safe, energy efficient, and looks darn good. So give us a call today to schedule your free sales consultation. Find out how you can decrease your energy bills and increase the beauty and value of your home with All Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows.
Horizon Background Screening is a fully licensed and insured private investigations firm that focuses on litigation support for law firms, criminal defense cases, and background investigations. We are also FCRA compliant and process pre-employment background checks, tenant screening, and background checks for volunteer organizations. Whether your business is a law firm needing anything from scene investigations to witness interviews, or a company that requires pre-employment background checks, we have the experience you need. Visit horizonscreening.com to learn more. That's horizonscreening.com.
Pack your bags and join the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets football team in Dublin, Ireland as Toby's Leather to kick off the 2024 football season in Dublin. The Aer Lingus College Football Classic will feature your Yellow Jackets versus the Florida State Seminoles in a special Week 0 matchup on August 24th, 2024. Don't miss this unique opportunity to visit one of the world's most popular travel destinations while cheering on the Jackets on a global stage. For travel packages, tickets, and more information, go to gt2ireland.com. Sting it.
Introducing Sonder Health Plans, your trusted local partner for Medicare Advantage in Georgia. Only in Georgia. With Sonder, you'll get comprehensive coverage that's tailored to your needs. They offer $0 primary care visits, $0 premiums, and access to a wide network of Georgia healthcare providers. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com now to learn more about their valued-based care that won't break the bank. Or call 888-428-4440. Sonder Health Plans, your doctors, your neighbors, your friends.
I remember.
Now you made him mad. He said, remind him. 333.
$10 says.
I highlighted it.
We got something back up for you here.
$10.
Now I have nothing to do with it, so you can't blame me this time. Everybody's going to love it. 334, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, and this is Madonna. I don't think he's probably going to sing here, right?
She does. It's just a long intro.
Okay. Well, in fact, I like this song. Borderline, was that the one? Holiday. It sounds like Borderline. I'm so close. That's right. The one I like is Like a Prayer. I'm getting down on my
this song,
knees.
actually.
All right, I should stop talking. Done. Holiday. Okay, nice. Now, 2004. There was a planning inquiry hearing for Madonna's appeal to ban Ramblers from parts of her $10 million country estate. Wait a minute. Whoa. A planning inquiry, I guess a planning department, heard Madonna's appeal to ban Ramblers. I don't know what that means.
Is this the first time reading this story?
Yeah, ban Ramblers from parts of her $10 million estate, hearing details of the land's makeup. The pop star claimed 100 acres of land at the 1,200-acre estate had been inaccurately classified as open country.
Oh.
So she was appealing against the classification. In a hearing under the act, people would have had the right to access any of that land as open country, mountain, moor, health, or
like
heat,
Jeeps, Ramblers.
so they would do whatever they want. But now, see, I didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
British people.
Hope Rainy Day Theater goes better than that reading.
Well, as long as I guess I have nothing to do with it, I don't know. Our birthday list includes Thelma Houston, not Whitney Houston's. She was that gravelly voiced actress, isn't she? And talks like this. She wears the glasses with a chain on it. Thelma Houston, I'm pretty sure that's who 81 years old today.
We have no clue who this. You're just saying names.
Thelma Houston is a former, the old lady actress.
You're throwing names out there.
She wears glasses with a chain on them, and she plays like a secretary or, somebody who's kind of a mom who's telling people what to do and stuff.
It's an African American actress. She's a singer. Thelma Houston's a singer.
Oh, well, is that Whitney Houston's cousin?
Not everyone named Houston is related to her.
I think it is. I think she is related.
She's from Leland, Mississippi. I don't think so.
Well, anyway, I got that totally wrong. 336.
You're this close to a fact there.
Damn near had it.
There's no way.
And now I shall entertain you with my history notes. On this day, I got some war stuff here. 1942, the Battle of Coral Sea. Japanese and American navies attacked using planes from aircraft carriers, the first time in naval warfare history that two enemies fought without seeing each other. Mm-hmm. That was in 1942. 1945, same day, big day, Germany surrenders unconditionally, and it actually takes effect tomorrow. They're calling it VE Day. We mentioned yesterday. They'd make the 8th
Not
of it.
the exact same day. Years later after the Coral Sea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Coral Sea was 42. This is 45. I mentioned 3 years later, same day, Germany surrenders, and it takes effect tomorrow as officially VE Day. And on this day in 1975, same day, President Gerald Ford officially proclaimed the end to the Vietnam era. I like the balls on the guy. Like he just said, well, let's call it the end of the Vietnam era, I guess, because we had left there. Oh, really? Well, in 2024, the same day, 1984, Vietnam veterans won an out-of-court settlement for $180 million for suffering the effects of Agent Orange. The VA's been great about that ever since, and they've come forward with all the stuff, might even cost you a marriage and, wipe out everything you've had, but clearly the VA's ready to protect the people who served it, and then when they put in a claim, they say, oh, yeah, let's give you some money for it, and then everything's good because you don't have your medical... Oh, sorry.
They've been aces about it.
Well, it was the end of it, though. Thank God it was the end of the Vietnam era, so none of us have really had any effects of it since then, and we really don't even talk about it anymore. So
I'd rather hear about
it. That's pretty exciting there. 337 now. And perhaps something entertaining for... Oh, my goodness. Here we are. And now, another edition of the Not the Kimmers Rainy Day Theater Playhouse, where we take the effort to entertain you, the little people, with a story of, sometimes heartbreak, sometimes joy, sometimes just for the fun of it. Today's episode... What are you talking about? I've got a belly, not a big freaking cave. Our characters include a waiter, a man at a table. The scene set this way. A man is sitting in a restaurant. He's lonely. There's no girl there with him. And finally, the waiter begins his approach to the man sitting at the table all by himself. The waiter walks up and says...
No.
It says the man sits at his restaurant table as the waiter walks up.
The waiter walks up, and who's speaking?
Not me.
Who's supposed to be speaking? Read the Man. Yeah, the man, not the waiter. You said the waiter says.
The waiter walks up.
And the man says.
Oh, my God.
And the man says. But we didn't even get to you to screw it up. He did it first.
But I can't. I didn't. It's not written here to say, and the man says.
Cut.
All right, let's do this. Let's just do this. We'll edit this part out.
Okay. No more ad-libbing. Just read what's on the script. You're one of those damn actors who think you're smarter than the writer.
well, there's really nothing on here for me to have to live all of it because there's nothing written. Okay, well, the music.
Get my agent
the music.
on the phone.
No, here we go. We're going to do this. Is going to be perfect. Okay. A man sits at a restaurant table as the waiter walks up.
And the man
it doesn't
says,
say anything.
Okay.
It doesn't say that.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything after walks up.
The man says, I'll have the chocolate mouse.
That's chocolate mousse, sir.
Well, never mind then. That'll be way too much food.
And scene. Well, there you have it. Another sterling edition of our attempt to bring joy and romance into the lives, the miserable beings of you, the little people, with another edition, never to be heard again, of the Not the Kimmers Rainy Day Theater. It never said anything after the word waiter walks up. So it didn't say, and the man says that you didn't write that down there.
I'd hate to see the one where we didn't rehearse it.
My God. Well, 340. You know, you don't get this everywhere.
No.
This live theater stuff. I mean, you know, it's, there's a lot goes into it. Ooh, that sounded good.
I know. Kind of resonates.
Yeah, there you are. 340 Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. All right, here we go. We got some newsy stuff. The Boy Scouts... Well, you know, you got a lot. I was a Cub Scout and a Boy Scout. I went on a jamboree at the Adirondack Mountains for a week, living in tents and stuff. I got thrown up for what I did to my Scoutmaster when I tripped him with a booby trap.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
No. Billy Freeberg was in Boy Scouts with me. He was the smartest guy in our school. He was a brilliant guy, but he didn't know how to swim. And I actually taught him how to swim at jamboree time, doing the doggy paddle and stuff. I'm not making this up. He's a big burly guy, but he didn't know how to swim. Nobody ever taught him how to swim. We're like 12, sixth grade.
Have you seen the meme where the father's throwing the kid in the pool?
Yeah.
And the kid's screaming, I can't swim. And the dad says, not with that attitude.
No, they threw him in, and somebody said, my dad taught me to swim by throwing me in the lake. They said he wasn't teaching you how to swim. Anyway, so we decided one night we had our tent, and we had in front of the tent, from side to side of the tent, we strung some binder twine, some thin binder twine in kind of a zigzag pattern, in kind of a crisscross pattern in front of our tent opening. Okay, and then like at 2:00 in the morning, we start screaming and yelling. So the Scoutmaster, there were two of them. The assistant Scoutmaster was a real jerk. We thought he was a little fruity, and I think we probably were right. Anyway, this is like 1960 or whatever. Anyway, so we start screaming earlier in the morning, and he comes running out of his tent. He comes running in to get to our tent, and of course trips over the booby trap of the binder twine we sent for him, and collapses the whole damn thing.
Have a sense of humor about it, did he?
No, not that much. And Billy Freeberg and I were in big trouble. That was the end of my I got a couple of merit badges while I was there, and that was a ball game. Anyway, so the Boy Scouts are at it again. Holy crap. It's only been a couple of years since they got fined for all the shenanigans with the gay Scoutmasters and stuff. Well, the Boy Scouts are changing their name for the first time in their 114-year history. Scouting America, otherwise known as Gender Schmender. Yes, they're emerging from bankruptcy after a flood of sexual abuse claims, trying to focus on inclusion. In fact, we have the new president of the Boy Scouts, Roger Crone is his name, Flounder. I believe we have a comment from this gentleman on the change of the name.
Sends this really strong message to everyone in America that they can come to this program, they can bring their authentic self, they can be who they are, and they will be welcomed here. The argument that I make with the people that say, well, I always like Boy Scouts of America or BSA, why do we have to change? Membership is at historic lows, right?
Why is that again, sir?
Part of my job is to reduce all the barriers I possibly can for people to accept us as an organization and to join.
Well, 1,000 women were in the inaugural class of the Female Eagle Scouts in 2021. In 2015, they ended a blanket ban on gay adult leaders. Historic announcement, girls would be accepted as Cub Scouts in 2018, and then Boy Scouts called Scouts BSA. And now the guy says, you see a change in the attitude of some of the doubters who weren't sure that they realized, wait a minute, these kids are exactly the same. When the girls joined, they just happen to have ponytails. But they're the same as the boys.
Why do they always want us to be the same? We're different. Revel in it.
The head of the guy says you could see a change in the attitude of some of the doubters about having girls or anybody because they happen to have ponytails. These kids are exactly the same.
Do they still have weebelows?
I don't know. Probably.
Brings new meaning to the term.
They're now doing merit badges in digital technology and robotics. Now, do you want your kid to join the Boy Scouts or Scout? I mean, scouting. What is it? Scouts. What the hell is it called? Scouting America.
Scouting America.
Well, that's not the name of a group.
I was Cub Scout in a Weebelo, and it was fun. My mother was a den mother for a while.
We used to meet at the school gymnasium once a month or a week or whatever it was.
So at Mount Carmel Christian Church over there.
We would tie knots or something, and we had, our parents would come.
It was fun, and we went camping at Stone Mountain Park, and that was fun. We did the same hijinks you did. Yeah. We had a fight with the camp up the stream and everything.
We had canoeing lesson. We did a lot of stuff, and the camps and stuff. We had canoeing and swimming. And
got to keep a close eye on those instructors, though, because that's what happened last time. You trusted them, and what happened?
Well, in 2018, they said it's okay to have gay scout leaders. Who didn't think there'd be an issue?
Well, they say now it's perfectly fine.
Now it's okay. Everybody's welcome.
Whether they're straight or gay, you got to keep an eye on them around kids.
Well, I mean, that's,
Well, because what do they say? Why do you always find pedophiles there? Because that's where the kids are.
Yeah. Rob a bank because that's where the money is. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I got 346 already. Holy cow. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Coming up, UNC says, now, wait a minute, you professors. Knock that off or you're going to be in trouble. Also, MIT says, this whole diversity thing's really not working. Oh, that's a very good sign. Also, there was a gala or a gala. What do you call it? Gala?
You said gala. I said gala.
I said gala. Shimano. 346, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Tuesday.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities, get the latest on our live events, and so much more. Follow at Extra 1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
From now until Mother's Day, Solomon Brothers Jewelers is offering an exclusive deal. Receive a complimentary Big Green Egg Grill with any qualifying jewelry purchase. It's the perfect opportunity to fulfill Mom's wish list with the stunning pieces like a diamond tennis bracelet, diamond stud earrings, or a timeless eternity band, all crafted to last a lifetime. Plus, while you're treating Mom, why not treat yourself too? Take home a Big Green Egg Grill courtesy of Georgia Spa Company. But wait, this deal isn't just for Mom. Whether you're celebrating a birthday, welcoming a new addition to your family, or simply want to show someone special how much you love them, this offer is for you too. Our incredible showrooms guarantee that you'll find the perfect gift for your mom or loved one at just the right price. So visit us anytime now until Mother's Day at any of our 3 locations in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Peachtree City and find the perfect gift for any occasion with the extra gift for yourself of a free Big Green Egg Grill. Online at at SolomonBrothers.com or on Instagram at Solomon Brothers.
Hey, it's Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Steel. When the going gets dirty, get a Steel. You already trust Steel for your weed trimmer, chainsaw, and leaf blower. Now you can trust them for your pressure washer needs too. And you can get your Steel pressure washer from Howard Brothers. Howard Brothers has the right Steel pressure washer that you need for heavy-duty cleaning of your house, driveways, decks, and more. Steel power equipment is available at Howard Brothers locations in Alpharetta, Athens, Dorval, Duluth, Lula, and Oakwood. The grass is always greener, and the project is always cleaner when you take care of it with Steel and Howard Brothers.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911. Online at stopmyed.com.
Go. It's all good. Right here.
It's your birthday. We gon' party.
Yeah, the Fitty man. The Fitty.
We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday.
What did we just hear about Fitty? Did you come out with a new product or something? What did we just say, Flounder, about Fitty? Didn't he just come out with a new something or other? A new, is he one doing a new golf tournament, or that's the other guy?
No, that's Snoop Dogg doing the gin and juice bowl or something like that.
Good Lord. Well, on this day in 2003, a U.S. surgeon sued 50 Cent over an unpaid medical bill. The doctor claimed 50 Cent and his friend turned up at a hospital with multiple gunshot wounds in 2000, but said the rapper never paid the $20,000 he owed for treating him, despite being asked several times. Well, hell, when you're a gangbanging hip-hop star, you don't have to pay bills, you idiot, doctor. What's the matter with you? It's 50 Cent, man. Gosh, oh, man. 350. Give repeat and Flounder. Birthdays include, I don't know this name, but you may, so I'll share it because I want you to be happy. Amy Heckerling is 70. Amy Heckerling is the female director who headed up 2 movies that defined 2 different generations: Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Clueless. More recently, she wrote and directed the vampire comedy Vamps. She also directed Look Who's Talking and Look Who's Talking 2 and Johnny Dangerously and European Vacation. Holy cow.
She
Amy
did a few.
Heckerling. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't really remember that name for some reason.
I saw her once.
Really?
Once.
Oh.
Johnny Dangerously.
Yeah.
That was the big line.
Sneaky Bastage, I think it was.
Sneaky Bastages.
Sneaky Bastages. We can't do the other ones. You farging. You farging ice hole.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting, I got to say. That was pretty freaking cool. 351, Kim Repeat and Flounder. Flounder's Funny's coming up here anytime he wants. 1947, this was really a big deal in America. And in fact, every once in a while, if it was on again recently, the History Channel runs the beginning of the American automobile or something like that. And boy, after World War II, when all those guys came home and they all got cars, the whole world changed. Subdivisions, streets, highways. Then we needed gas stations, we needed motels and hotels. People were traveling. The car made everybody on the move, and everything that's associated with that. Streets and gas stations, and the whole deal. Traffic lights, and the whole. Well, here's what happened in 1947 on this day, the beginning of the American subdivision. Levitt and Sons builders used a newfangled way to make homes, prefab. They could build 30 homes in one day, so they did. They started renting homes at the place to be called Levittown, a huge success for GIs. This was in New York. Returning homes, starting families, they built 4,000 more, but this time they built them for sale instead of rent, with a 30-year mortgage, no down payment, and the cost the same as a rental. Well, it was a boom. It exploded. Everybody went nuts. They all offered a larger, and listen to this. This is in 1947, after the vets come home to get them all in subdivisions. It just started. They offered a bigger home called the larger ranch style, 800 square feet. It's like 30 by 28 feet or something.
Not that big.
800 square feet ranch house for $7,900, and the suburbs were born. Exploded. Again, it was the automobile that changed everything, because then everything had to make up for people traveling. I mean, think about all the things you need when you leave your town. And nobody ever left their, within 30 or 40 miles of their town for forever, for generations. Anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. 353. Here we go. Anti-Israeli the Jew haters. We're trying to get into the Met Gala, or is it gala or gala? I don't know. I've heard both, and I don't really know. I should know this because I'm kind of anal about this. I'll call it a gala for now. The star-studded Met Gala, which I really don't care about, and I saw some, in fact, they're complaining about Anna Wintour from Vogue was the editor-in-chief, and she chaired the gala at the New York Art Museum. And people are saying, let's see, the inspiration for the event was supposed to be high fashion with the Oscars, but instead somebody said that the inspiration for this year's event, celebrities seem to have become confused and dressed for the Garden of Eden. They were all half naked. All the celebrities are now wearing naked see-through dresses.
Yeah. At what point do they just show up naked?
Yeah, I mean,
just show up naked.
It's unbelievable.
Who's the first that's going to show up naked?
I know. And by the way, this is a thing. I had no idea about this being a thing. My ex-Twitter exploded because Blake Lively was not there. With Ryan, Reynolds, her husband. They were the stars of it a couple of years ago. They were the the MCs or celebrities or whatever. And they said, well, if Blake Lively's not there, it's not really the Met Gala anymore. Taylor Swift didn't show up. Hailey Bieber didn't show up. Rihanna didn't show up. And they're saying everything is just, so they're all upset about it. Anyway, these Jew haters tried to get to the gala. The cops stopped them. So instead they started vandalizing the World War I memorial, and they burned an American flag because they couldn't get to the Met Gala. They also went to Central Park and vandalized the statue of William Tecumseh Sherman, the bronze statue, vandalized as well. Free Gaza on the base of the thing. And they also wrote a note, Free Palestine, and misspelled it at Columbia University.
Misspelled Palestine.
Misspelled Palestine. They don't even know where that is or what it means, by the way, which is pretty interesting. Cops diverted the crowd into Central Park, blocked the exits, and the cops said, this is exercise of futility for these idiots. There's nowhere for them to go. So I think that was the key. You know, they can't
Isn't
do
it funny? They can protect the elites, but they can't protect our war memorials.
Yeah. And by the way, speaking of New York, Kathy Hochul, maybe the dumbest governor in America. Flounder, let's do the Kathy bite real quick, and then we'll do Flounder's funny if I think we have time here. Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, is so concerned with your little black children that she wants to do better. But listen to how she describes what needs to be done.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word a computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges.
Yeah, right. They don't know what the word computer is. She said little black children don't know what the word computer is. Well, a lot of black people said, now, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Our children are bright and brilliant and extremely capable and more deserving of any opportunities that are extended to other kids, said a Democrat black woman congressman. They're not only capable, deserving of every opportunity, but are offered as disheartening to witness such a portrayal that undermines their abilities and aspirations. It's so racist. And again, it's like saying black people are too stupid to get an ID. Right. So they can't vote with an ID, although they can get a phone somehow and pay a rent check somehow. But I mean, oh my God,
buy a car.
The nerve of this Kathy Hochul. Like, oh God, 357 Flounders Funnies for Nutty Hoagies.
I tried sharing video games to girls. I realized they don't really make video games for women, and I figured out why, man. It's because if they made video games for girls, guys would have no frickin' clue how to play them. It's that simple. Like a guy's video game's easy, right, man? You go slay the dragon, chop off his head, and stab him in the face for 10,000 points, right? It's a great game. If that was a girl's video game, you got to go instead, just maybe talk to the dragon for 2 hours, right? And then you just press the share feelings button 132 times. And then you and the dragon can go level to level chasing rainbows and making snow angels. And you can play with your date all day. Hey, baby, how do I cry for the dragon? Is there a turbo cry button? I don't think the dragon understands. How do I buy the dragon more scented candles? God knows every dragon needs 50 of those in my bathroom while I'm trying to take a leak. This game sucks. I'll give you this, though, ladies. Like in a guy's video game, if you screw up, what happens, man? Game over. You dead. That sucks. But if they made a girl's video game, if you screwed up, man, the game would let you keep playing. What? Yeah. They'll let you go to the next level, and maybe let you go to the next level, and maybe let you go a couple more levels. But it never let you forget what you did wrong earlier, would it, man? Just remind you every level 50 times? What the hell? That happened 20 levels ago. How many times do I gotta press the I'm sorry button, for God's sakes? I mean, you have to press it forever, okay? And you'll still never win, but that's not the point.
359. Who's that, Flounder?
Lachlan Patterson.
Lachlan Patterson. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever heard that name. He's a very funny guy.
Yeah, these are some old ones that Rob, our imaging director, sent me, so I've been using some of these.
And again, it's family humor, kidding about your wife, no dirty stuff on it. Pretty cool.
But once again, it separates the men and women. We are different.
Right.
Revel in it.
We're enjoying the fact that, yeah, exactly. Remember, ladies, we used to be able to grab you by the hair and drag you where we wanted you to go. Okay? And you said, oh, okay, you look big and strong. I guess you're better than the other guy who couldn't drag me quite as far. So you're welcome. You know, we were the ones who got you where you wanted to go, so you could maybe a little thank you once in a while, and you ought to appreciate the fact we're not grabbing you by the hair anymore unless you got a ponytail and you're asking for it, but that's a whole nother thing.
It's been at least 60, 70 years since we were allowed to do that.
Absolutely. My God, man, we've changed, I tell you, we've changed.
Daddy.
Coming up on 4 o'clock.
I swear I know her.
I've been with her.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta's Safe House.
Mistrial denied. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Defense attorneys for former President Trump moving to stop his criminal trial in New York with a key prosecution witness still on the stand. The judge refusing.
Based on testimony of adult film actress Stormy Daniels, the former president's defense attorney Todd Blanche called for a mistrial, saying Daniels' testimony was more about a consensual relationship than the crime his client is accused of committing. Blanche called the narrative prejudicial. Prosecutor Susan Hoffinger said the defense was briefed on what Daniels would say, and it was meant to show the defendant's intent with this witness. Judge Juan Merchan said while some details were not necessary, it was hard to control the testimony given. He ultimately denied the motion, saying it's not warranted right now.
Fox's Gernal Scott, the former president's charged with falsifying business records to hide hush money payments, a case he calls a witch hunt and election interference. The White House not commenting directly on reports there's a hold on weapons shipments to Israel as Israeli forces go after Hamas targets in Rafah.
We have been very clear from here about our concerns about major operations. We have been very clear from here about protecting civilians.
But spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre also says the U.S. commitment to Israel's security is ironclad. Israeli officials have described the current operation in Rafah as limited. President Biden urging unity against anti-Semitism and all forms of hate as protests continue on college campuses.
Violent attacks, destroying property, is not peaceful protest. It's against the law. And we are not a lawless country.
At a Holocaust remembrance event, the president saying no one should have to hide or be brave just to be themselves. He just had a White House meeting with Romania's president, who says he's willing to discuss sending a Patriot missile defense system to Ukraine. The Dow up 31 at the bell. America's listening to Fox News.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Progressive presents 10 things on a food truck owner's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Stocking the fridge, prepping the stations, finding employees that get along well, finding employees that actually do their job. Looking at you, Gary. Balancing the books, balancing the flavors, having a fresh menu and fresh produce and fresh meat, but never a fresh mouth. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
All right, I got. Look out. Pause refreshes here. I just had a little drink of
moonshine.
No salt on the rim, I told you, but it's all right. 403. Hi, Brittany. I just, every time I see her, especially, she just seems so clunky and grody and just, she looks like a man. I mean, she has it's
not going to end well.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, and she's gone half nuts again. I mean, what the hell's going on with this girl? I wonder if she's bipolar. I mean, I don't. Anyway, Brittany. On this day, 24 years ago, 2000, number one with Oops, I Did It Again. Written and produced by hitmakers Max Martin and Rami Yacoub, who had previously collaborated with Spears on Baby One More Time. Britney Spears, a little Pop-Tart, and half nuts, but, she used to walk around nude at her own house till she was like 13 or something. It was natural and normal. She talked about it. It just, no big deal. She just didn't like to have her clothes on. Was walking around. Birthday list. Now, I don't know this name, but you might, because there's a whole list of things this person's done. Brecklin Meyer, 50 years old, was in Clueless, Road Trip, Rat Race, Garfield, Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, and TNT's Franklin and Bash. Brecklin Meyer, 50 years old. I don't have this. But just in case you do. I don't have a lot of birthdays on the list today for some reason. Or at least some.
I think you're just making the names up.
It could be. It could be very possible. It could be very, very possible. On this day in history, some little showbiz for you here. On this day in 2003, actor Roger Moore, not exactly James Bondish on this day, when he was doing a matinee show on the Broadway comedy, the play What I Wrote. He was doing the play and he collapsed. He finished the show a few minutes later. The next day, got a pacemaker. And on this day, speaking of showbiz, on this day in 1987, Shelley Long's final episode of Cheers. After teasing the romantic tension between Sam and Diane for 5 years of the show, Diane calls off their wedding, leaves the job to finish her novel. She eventually returned to put the final nail in her coffin of her relationship with Sam for the series finale. And then Shelley Long went on to do some stupid Girl Scout movie in Beverly Hills, Girl Scouts or something.
She had a couple hits at the beginning, and then it faded away.
Died, yeah.
Modern Family, she was on there a while. She played
played the mother of the gay guy. Well, they were both gay.
No. The gay guy and the blonde woman. Before there was Sofia Vergara,
yeah.
He was married to the...
his ex-wife. That's right. I'm sorry. That's right. I remember that. But again, I mean, she was great on Cheers. I mean, she could have done that for
I never
years.
liked her. Never cared for her.
Oh, I thought it was a great man. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked her better than the other one with the eyes.
Here's a movie, one of Tom Cruise's first movies with Jackie Earle Haley. It's called Losing It. And they go down from L.A. to Tijuana to lose their virginity.
Oh, my.
And they run into her.
Whoa.
Down there. It's a funny little movie.
You know what else she was in with Fonzie in the movie about the night guy working at the morgue, and she was a hooker. Night shift, and she was a hooker.
Yeah, with Michael Keaton.
With Michael, that was a funny movie.
It was.
Note to self: from now on, catch tuna fish and put the mayonnaise in the tuna fish before you put it in the can. Stuff like that. Note to self: a little tape recorder. He'd record his ideas. 406, keep repeating flounder. Okay, newsies, Donald Trump trial. Is he talking? Is that live, Flounder? Let's go live.
It's not live.
Oh, it's not live.
Sorry. He's about to speak at some point.
Yeah.
When he does, the trial, I think either is ending or about to, and when it does,
they're taking a short afternoon break, according to this.
Okay. Well, I suppose. Anyway, we'll talk more
Stormy's got a scene to tape real quick and then she'll head back in.
She's only 8 jurors in.
It'll only take a minute. He started without her.
It's a gang jury.
12 jurors.
So we'll talk about that and more on her testimony. Also, making new again. Last night, watching Jesse Waters last night while I'm doing my birthdays and stuff, and sure enough, he has Kristi Noem on. Does her staff just not like her as a person, or she keeps talking and talking and talking about murdering the dog and killing the goat, and didn't meet Kim Jong-un in North Korea.
Who's in charge of the Republican Party to tell her to go home?
Yeah,
go home. She's killing them.
Yeah,
the Democrats would never allow this to happen.
Yeah, just stop talking. Yeah. It's unbelievable. And I watched her on the show, and I thought, oh, my God, she's doing it again. Anyway, here's a little bit from Jesse Waters, Flounder, if you would, with Christy Noem on last night with Jesse.
Me for it, Jesse.
Yeah, they are. So they're also attacking you. I guess you said you met Kim Jong-un.
Mm-hmm.
Did you meet him?
I've been to the DMZ. I've been to North Korea. People, I don't talk about my conversations with world leaders. And so when I looked at the book and I saw that excerpt, I decided to make the change to the content of the book, and that's been done.
So you didn't have a conversation with Kim when you were at the DMZ?
I don't have conversations about my conversations with world leaders. I've been working on policy for 30 years, Jesse, and that's what most people don't remember about me is I'm old. I'm a mom. I'm a grandma. I've got 3 little grandbabies.
So maybe you did have a conversation with Kim, but you don't want to talk.
I will not talk about my personal conversations with any world leaders. It just won't, and I'm not going to do it.
He didn't ask you about what you talked about. He said, did you talk with him?
Yes,
and she said, I don't talk about what I talk about. She didn't answer yes or no. She could have said, yes, I did, but I'm not telling you what he said. Instead of saying, no, I never actually met with him, because she chickened out. She got caught and she chickened out.
Here's how she gets out of it. She calls her good friend Kim Jong-il and says, back me up here, buddy.
Oh, he will too.
Why hasn't someone asked him?
I don't know. Well, again, what's the big deal for one thing? If she misled people saying that she's met with world leaders and therefore she met with him. She's a liar. Well, if she went to the DMZ and did something somewhere, that's a thing. It doesn't really count. It's not like you're an international freaking diplomat now. So why would she even mention it other than...
They're using her as a weapon against Trump now.
It's
Go away.
And again, she should have... The question was, did you meet with him? Did you talk with him? And she said, I never talk about talking with other people. She didn't answer the question.
Do the next one.
Now, here we go. Stuart Varney. Now, Stuart Varney is a very well-respected... He's in the business end of things at Fox News, and very well-respected business leader and commentator and reporter, journalist. Well, a lot of things you can talk about Stuart Varney. And he had her on his show, and listen to how this did not turn out too well. Flounder, if you would, sir.
Do you still think that you are in line to be Trump's vice president?
No, it's up to Donald Trump. He's the only person who will decide this. He's the only person who will decide. And I do speak to him.
May I ask what he said to you about being vice president?
I never tell anybody my personal conversations with
Did the dog story
President
come up
Trump.
in a conversation with
Trump? I talk to President Trump all the time.
About the dog?
About a lot of things. And right now, I tell you what, he is being persecuted in a political witch hunt in this court case. So I'm proud of him about how tough he is and how well he is doing.
Did you bring up the dog?
Yes, enough, Stuart. This interview is ridiculous, what you were doing right now. So you need to stop. It is.
Okay.
It is. Let's talk about some real topics that Americans care about.
I'm afraid we're out of time.
Oh, well, of course we are.
We do thank you for being with us.
Right.
I know I pressed hard, but that's what people are talking about to this day.
Yeah.
Gotta know. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
And if you weren't such a murderous bitch, we would have you on again on the program later on. Vote for the killer.
When one enters a quarrel, one does not want...
this is something up with which I shall not put. My God. Holy cow. But again, she's asking for it. What's going on? Why is she even...
Go away. Let people forget.
It's over. It's done. No matter anything of anything. And I think people are going to buy this book. You think this is going to help her?
She hasn't a chance to ever do anything again. Why is this someone in the Republican Party sat her down and says, if you ever want to be a cabinet member, if you ever want to be a power pusher in the future, shut up and go home.
It's over. It's too late.
What an ego.
She could never redo her reputation. Nope. Even though, if you're a farmer and a rancher and you live on a farm and you have to shoot your dog to death, it's not you can take him to your neighbor and give your dog to the little girl who's always wanted a dog if you don't have a neighbor for 300 miles. But still, that's you can't have her doing anything for the party.
What did everybody grow up on? At least up until the last generation or two. Old Yeller and the Yearling.
That's right.
Okay, or they had to kill things, right?
Yeah.
And what would they do when they killed him? Even though he was rabid, he had to be put down, he was dangerous to himself, he wasn't the same dog. Yeah. They cried when they killed him.
Yeah, it wasn't take him to the gravel pit and blow his brains out saying, I hated that freaking dog.
Yeah.
So, again, there's nothing she can do. There is nothing she can ever do. She could save lives of babies in a firing bus on the way to school, and it wouldn't make any difference. Seriously, she blew it.
She's completely blown. Has anyone ever unraveled quicker than her? Sarah Palin took a few months.
Well, but she didn't even really other than they just kind of made fun of her.
They went after her, but she made a few mistakes here and there, but nothing like this.
Yeah, but it wasn't like this. I mean, this
nothing
is,
like this.
You can't shoot your dog, and by the way, also shot the goat.
Oh, yeah, while we're here.
She also, yesterday, she also said, by the way, in her book, she said, I would have been very happy to shoot Commander, the president's dog, and he could have said hi to Cricket. I mean, my God.
What's wrong with her?
Yeah, I said, she's a tough cookie. And has had no place in political life not anymore. I mean, it's over.
She'll be lucky to win her governorship again.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe she wants to get back into ranching. And I'm flabbergasted. I don't understand any of this. I don't know why it started. I don't know why it didn't end.
It's just nasty.
And it's still going on. She was on last night on TV again. Anyway, and she ducked the question just like she refused to answer.
No leadership.
Hold on. Maxine Waters is there. And by the way, I'm offended by this, and you should be too. Maxine Waters is causing an insurrection. She's doing everything she can to divide this nation and call us very, very bad names, and I resent it, and I wish I could do something about it. If she were a person who's standing here and call me that things, honest to God, if she were a guy, I'd punch her in the face. I'd make him, if she were a guy, I'd make him start a fight with me. And I know just how to do it. I've done it before, and it works. And I would make him start a fight with me. I gotta get a girl. 414. Give me some weekend women or something.
Stormy's available.
We'll be back.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
Not exactly a hard-hitting political commentary, but, maybe it is. On the road in the Bortz bus last Friday, ran over something in the road. It looked like a spike. It's about 7 inches long and easily a half an inch in diameter right into a tire. I immediately had a warning in the cockpit, we'll call it, managed to get to a safe place, and here comes a tire technician to patch it up so that I could get to my destination, where, by the way, I'm buying a new tire. While he was working, I talked with him a bit. He's making some pretty good coin, over $60,000 a year, more than any college graduate with a gender studies degree or history or English or black studies will ever make. And he has no student loan debt. I remember a conversation I had with Bernie Marcus, one of the founders of Home Depot. How many, I asked him, rank and file employees working the stock, working the shelves, the aisles, the cash registers, retired as millionaires because they invested in Home Depot stock as an employee? The answer, about 3,500. None of them with student loan debt. You don't have to go to college to be a success in this country. In fact, in many ways, it can actually slow you down and be a detriment. That tire technician and the knowledgeable product experts at Home Depot are worth far more to our society and to themselves and their families than anybody with a gender studies degree. And Lord help us, how long is it going to be before people graduate with transgender studies on their diploma? God help them. Choose a trade, folks. Go after it. Live well. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey, it's Tuck here with an important message as the weather heats up. Southern Exteriors is gearing up with unmatched quality and precision. For over 25 years, they've been delivering top-notch craftsmanship that you can rely on. And let me tell you, they're hotter than the campaign trail in July. Got a home exterior project that's got you feeling the heat? Don't sweat it. From roofing to siding, gutters to windows and doors. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co. Get a free consultation. Southern Exteriors, your home's best ally with any project.
Well, Michael, I want to thank you for your time, but unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
Why?
Well, we got the results of your background check, and quite frankly, we were concerned.
About what?
Apparently, you were arrested for throwing a shopping cart at a customer?
In my defense, he had it coming.
At Horizon Background Screening, we find things that other companies don't. That's why companies that use us make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Extra 106.3 listeners are falling in love with Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell.
Me and my wife now find our favorite sandwich place. That food over there was great.
Yeah, those rolls are so soft and sweet. I mean, it was just melt in your mouth. It was, and the steak was tender and juicy and flavorful. I can't say enough about it. It was very, very impressive.
It was so good.
Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner. Nucky'sHoagies.com.
I got now. 40 G's. No. Yeah, Wilson, pick it up.
Guess you better slow your Mustang down.
Slow your Mustang. That'll be the day. Not with Chris Deegan singing me, baby. 1991, Wilson Pickett was arrested after running into an 86-year-old man and yelling death threats while driving his car over the mayor's front lawn in Englewood, New Jersey. He ran into an 86-year-old guy and then over the front lawn of the mayor's house. Pickett was charged with driving with open bottles of alcohol in the car. Well, I'll be damned. Got to come maybe a cause for the incident. Dang the down. There you go. 419, Wilson Pickett. Our birthday list includes the, what's that?
Thought you were having a stroke.
I was having a little something there for a minute. I'm having, about every 20 minutes all night long. Tracy Lords is the naughty little Tracy.
Yeah.
56 years old today. Can you believe
She
that?
turned her life around, though. You got to
she did. Yes,
hand
she
it
did.
to her.
Tracy Lords, one of the few people to make the transition from porn actress to actual actress. You may have seen her in Zach and Miri Make a Porno, which is sort of bridging the gap in between. But Tracy Lords was, 14 or 15 when she started doing porn. Yeah. They eventually caught her, and it was a huge scandal. And actually, it changed a lot of things because they were going to lose money. They started getting sued and
they took all the films away.
Yeah, everything was gone. So that now the porn producer said, "Look, you got to really be 18, or we just can't do it. We can't afford to lose our business." So, and that was and now she's 56 years old, Tracy Lords.
Good-looking woman.
She was a good-looking woman, not my type, but definitely a hot. I mean, she was a buxom, old-fashioned hot chick. And actually, I think she's married and has a kid. I think she's got a whole family thing going and everything else. All right. That was our birthday list. And now on our history list, in 1996, Martin Lawrence was hospitalized after suffering a nervous breakdown. Martin Lawrence, in 1996, on this day, ran into traffic, yelling at cars and screaming, "Fight the establishment." The cops got a hold of him and also found that he had a gun in his pocket, and he was not happy to see him.
Well, he's Dave, who's the comedian? Dave Chappelle talks about when he says, everyone calls us crazy and stuff like that. He says, we're not crazy. There's just pressure and people snap. He goes, but they're not crazy. There's bad stuff going on out in Hollywood.
Yeah. I mean, this is not the first time we've heard something like that. I mean, my God. That was the new hot sales chick waving to me.
Please give it a different name. Please come up with a different name.
I'm sorry. The new professional salesperson.
Please.
Human. Okay. The non-AI, actual human salesperson.
How do you know that?
I'm just giving every possibility. I'm including everybody.
Including?
I'm including and diversitying 421.
That's why I got Stormy in trouble.
Thank you so much. By the way, we'll talk some more about the Donald thing. Plus, you're going to hear from a woman who's so vicious and hateful. I wish I could do something to shut her up legally because she's slamming us and trying to divide the country. We'll get to it. First of all, the 4 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kimmer Safes. They have a showroom in Ackworth. You need a safe. You may not think about it, but your social security card, medical record, stuff like that, be better than the Kimmer. I made goofy stuff, and you don't have to. Atlanta Safe House. AtlantaSafehouse.com is why you can check them out, see what they can do for you. And again, Mother's Day, give her a little safe and then have her spin that dial just kind of cool like a little banker and have something really sweet inside it. make her all happy and smiley. And there you go. Yeah, safe for Mother's Day, which is Sunday, so you better get going. All right, here we go. 404-741-1230, 422. Coming up this half hour, or in the next few minutes, you're going to hear a serenade from an Asian gentleman who may have been hoodwinked into thinking he was singing actual words. We'll find out in a minute. First of all, Representative Maxine Waters. This woman is a disgrace. She's a traitor. She's a hater. She's a divider, and she's trying to push us over the edge. Maxine Waters. Remember, this was the woman who, in 2018, she called for all Democrats to publicly confront and, quote, absolutely harass everybody in Donald Trump's cabinet. Anytime you can attack them and assault them if they're out to dinner, if they're having a drink at a party, anytime you come across a member of Donald Trump's team, you attack them and harass them, unquote. Publicly confronting them. Well, she's gone to do it again. The Maxine Waters was on some MSNBC show and suggested that President Biden and the Justice Department better get involved in trying to stop what's going to happen if he is elected president again, and Donald Trump's people like us will start killing everybody. Flounder?
This is a man who we better be careful about, and I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask the Justice Department, and I'm going to ask the president to tell us what they're going to do to protect this country against violence if he loses. I want to know about all of those right-wing organizations that he's connected with who are training up in the hills somewhere and targeting, what communities they're going to attack.
So we're now training up in the hills to attack people if Donald Trump doesn't win the re-election. Okay, you were the people who went nuts when something didn't go your way. You've never seen... When's the last time you saw a Republican mob taking over and burning down car dealerships and warehouses?
And Wendy's.
Seriously. Yeah. When's the last time you saw a Republican mob doing anything that you've been doing for 4 freaking years?
January
and longer,
6th.
Actually, 6 years.
January 6th.
But they
didn't burn anything
was
down.
Nothing. What were there? 3 guys had guns in their pockets out of 20,000? Please. They didn't burn anything down. They walked in the Capitol and got sent to solitary. I'm sorry. What was that? What did I do bad?
I don't know.
All right. No, I just saw this. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. There's this was yesterday or last evening, and it said a massive mob issuing chilling statement to the violence and call for protesters to escalate in New York City. This is the time to escalate wherever you are. Here's the audio.
It's the time to escalate! It is the time to escalate! It is the time to escalate! It is the time to escalate! Whatever you have! Whatever you have! Wherever you are! Wherever you are! Join us! Join us! Because this is the time! This is the time! This is the time to escalate!
That is exactly what Maxine Waters was just saying.
This is the time to escalate? Is that what
yes.
Her side.
Yes.
Please bring that vitriol up to where I live and try that.
Yeah. In fact, I kept hoping during the Black Lives Matter bull crap, where the black guys would show up at some outdoor dining place and just take over the tables of people having dinner with their wives and stuff. I'm saying, please, God, I had a round in the chamber. Honest to God. And I knew exactly what I was going to do. First thing I was going to do was shove the table into his chest, knocking him over backwards on the ground. And when he was on the ground, I'm going for his neck. And then I put my gun barrel in his balls and say, please keep moving so I can pull the trigger to try to subdue you. Well, that was just a plan, I swear to God, I was up to, I'm up to here now. How could she get away with this stuff? She's calling on people to revolt against people if Donald Trump doesn't win.
When it's their side doing the revolting.
Yeah, and they're the ones that even if they win, she's saying. Yeah. It's not if they lose they need to do something. It's if they win they need to do something. I mean, how backwards is that? I'm seriously, think about it. She's calling for violence against conservatives if they win.
And she doesn't know we're up in the hills are, doing things. She doesn't know what we're doing up there.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, just a vicious, hateful. This is treason. This is ruining our country. And by the way, these people are serious about it. Did you see the story of Michelle Kaczynski, a former CNN reporter? She talked about how she met with a group of people who were what she called closeted Trump supporters at a dinner. They were all well educated, successful in careers, seemed great on the surface. For an hour, we're talking. Slowly, over a few drinks, though, they began to slip their true MAGA natures. Yes, former with CNN and NBC, Michelle Kosinski wrote that one couple in the group would not allow their kids to apply to Ivy League universities, and they were weird about explaining their reasoning. Others used air quotes while talking about climate change. Ooh, that was like a microaggression, Michelle. The others, while they realized that a few in their presence came armed with, gasp, actual facts, quickly changed the subject and nervously said they don't want to talk politics. They realized they'd be eviscerated on all idiotic points, especially on the economy, Kosinski said. It was funny how extremist or wrong beliefs can leak out from those who you least expect, but warned they are out there. This dinner, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. This dinner continues to haunt me. They all seem so normal. They all seem so normal. When I asked the couple who were my old friends how they didn't know, they said that in their upscale Florida neighborhood, people are extremely careful not to ever broach or debate the subject. This is not healthy. If people don't ever talk about these things as friends and neighbors only live in their own warped information silos, how will they ever learn what is true or false? How will the truth ever make them consider alternatives? The allure of bourgeois is co-opting decent minds. Oh my God, I want to slap her in the face or throw a bucket of water on her. She's concerned that because they want everybody to know and hear everything, which is exactly the opposite of the Democrats. They don't want you to know everything. They don't want you to say anything or tell everything. It's unbelievable. I mean, I believe the words I just said.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, seriously. It's funny how wrong beliefs can leak out from those who you least expect, but they're out there.
Please get into discussion with me about the economy where you're going to defend Bidenomics.
Right, yeah. And use your air quotes, too, whatever you want to talk. I mean, this is unbelievable. They change the subject nervously. They'd be eviscerated on idiotic points, especially on the economy.
What does she do?
They'd be eviscerated on the economy.
What does she do? What is she?
She used to be with CNN. CNN and NBC.
Supposed to be a journalist, and she's nothing but a propagandist for the Democrats, and she's proudly so.
Not only that, this dinner continues to haunt me. They all seemed so normal.
Well, that's another thing. They want to take someone who is normal, just happens to be a conservative Republican, and make them where they cannot enter civil society. Right. They're a fascist. They're a Nazi. That's what they're trying to do with that.
Yeah. And we can't let them talk because,
you can't let them talk. Yeah. Censor them. Yeah. Shut them up.
Yeah. Which is exactly the opposite of what she's pretending here. How can we ever learn what's true or false? How will the truth ever make them consider? How will the truth ever make them consider alternatives?
Yes.
How can we make them change their minds? And it still haunts her. Oh, I want to slap her. Oh my God. 4:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. I would be wrong. I know. Just give me a break. Well, not in her case. God.
A little slap.
Hey, it's Rhino from The Morning Extra, getting your weekday morning started from 6 to 10 a.m.
Nancy Pelosi, Rhino, she's got some things to say about Donald Trump when it comes to his position on abortion.
She comes out yesterday and she says he's either stupid or he thinks the rest of us are stupid. She continues to talk, says you can't be a little pro-life. You're either there or you're not. Well, that's like saying you either are for killing babies or you're not. So you're all for killing babies, Nancy Pelosi.
That's right.
Nancy Pelosi is trying to engage people into talking about abortion. There's two things we've talked about on this show. Don't talk about abortion. If you have to talk abortion, say, we're going to leave it to the states. You'll decide what your community is going to be its standard. That's it. That's all. That's what President Trump did. They're trying to engage him into something further because there's no national politician that can talk about being pro-life and get elected nationally.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your system running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. So turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts for your system's maintenance. With Central, you get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. It's allergy season, and Central Heating and Air can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation, locally owned and operated HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
No one plans on going to jail, but at A Second Chance Bail Bonds, we believe everyone deserves a second chance. That's the driving force behind everything we do. If you or a loved one has been arrested across town or across the country, you need help now. A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast with bondsmen throughout Atlanta to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
Donald Trump is live. Let's go to him right now in New York.
For the sort respect, DA, it's a disaster. This whole case is just a disaster. If you read the legal scholars, you'll see, because they're writing about it, they've never seen anything quite like it. And neither have I. I should be out campaigning right now. We're leading in all the polls. I'd like to be campaigning. We'd be leading by a lot more. But I just want to appreciate the job you're doing. It's not easy standing there all day waiting, but you're hearing the same things that we're hearing. On another matter, as you know, it's Biden's backers that seem to be funding what's going on with the Palestinians. They're probably not Palestinians, agitators. Bad agitators, really bad. And I think our government ought to find out who they are, where they're from, and treat them the same way as they do the J6 hostages. You got to treat them the same way. These are agitators. They're really hurting our country. It's happening all over the country in cities. You saw what happened last night at the Metropolitan Museum. These are agitators. And in some of the colleges, I think it's about 20% student and 80% others. So this is a big problem, and they better nip it on the bud. And it's a problem from the left, not from the right. This is a problem from the left. And I hope you're going to stress that. The economy is not doing well. You see inflation is through the roof. They're not going to be able to lower interest rates. If they do, it's purely political. But it'll be very bad if they do. From the standpoint of getting rid of inflation, you have to get rid of the inflation. Inflation, as you probably have heard me say, it's a country buster. It busts countries. And it has for 1,000 years. You go back and you look at old-time Germany, you look at a lot of countries that went through the kind of inflation we're going through, and they're busted. They are just broken up in many cases into little pieces, and that's what could actually happen to us. So we have to get inflation under control. We have to get prices down so that people can breathe, people can live, so they can live. But again, this was a very revealing day in court. Any honest reporter would say that. I would recommend you read Jonathan Turley and Andrew McCarthy and Alan Dershowitz, Greg Jarrett, Mark Levin, very talented people, and others. There's some incredible people out there that are writing about this trial. They're calling it a disgrace. It's a disgrace. In the meantime, I'm stuck. I'm here. Instead of being in Georgia, instead of being in New Hampshire, instead of being in Wisconsin, and all the different states that we wanted to be in, we're not able to be there because we're stuck in this trial, which everyone knows is a hoax. Thank you very much.
Donald Trump live. There you go. And again, the court case, a couple of things got a little steamy there for a while. Stormy Daniels on the stand earlier recalled meeting with Donald Trump in Los Angeles talking about a TV appearance, apparently. And Stormy Warmy testified about seeing Donald Trump inviting her to his bungalow, idiot, to his bungalow in 2007 for the launch of Trump Vodka. And Stormy Warmy testified that Trump kept trying to make sexual advances, but she told him, quote, "I was on my period." She said she was there for a couple hours. At no time did Trump tell her to keep everything confidential. And Trump later said he had been overruled by some higher-up's wife that she could not come to be part of the Apprentice show. She said she went to visit Donald Trump at Trump Tower in March 2007, a very brief meeting. She was dancing at a club, wanted to get him to come to the club. He did not. She told about having, this is a little creepy. Stormy was talking through the moment she came out of his hotel suite bathroom to find Donald Trump in just his boxer shorts and T-shirt on the bed. And then she posed like this, she said, pulling up her left leg and stretching her right arm behind her in a seductive pose, which was Donald Trump in his underpants. She's deploying her acting skills. She said very briefly she described having sex with Trump. She said she was on the bed, most of her clothes and her shoes in the missionary position, immediately raising an objection from the defense. They went back and forth, and actually the judge told him to stop being too specific. But the prosecutor, Susan Hormouth, said, was he wearing a condom? Stormy said no. She said it was all brief. Her hands were shaking. She was having a hard time with the buckles on her shoes. Trump suggested they get together again, called her Honey Bunch, and she just wanted to leave. She said, I didn't say anything. She just took a cab back, and I felt ashamed that I didn't stop it, but I didn't say no. Oh, please. Yeah, I'll bet Stormy Daniels, the porn actress and the stripper and everything else, was so ashamed of having sex with the president of the United States, or the head of at this time, he was, the head of the, oh, God, please. You're ashamed of, I bet. And she says, when he came out of the bathroom wearing his boxer shorts, she was stunned. And she said, oh, my God, what did I do to misread getting here? I can't believe I put myself in a bad situation. And she says, Trump said, I thought we were getting somewhere. If you wanted to get out of the trailer park, he told her. And she said, I was offended. I think I blacked out.
Here's the headline of the Daily Mail. Stormy Daniels says she hates Trump. Porn star reads his post calling her horseface after judge said she was too explicit with details about night she had sex with the former president.
Oh, God. Just unbelievable.
Can you believe we're at this point where you have a porn star trying to drag down a president-elect of the United States?
And by the way, this whole case is not a sex case. It is not a blackmail case. It's a business form, filling out business form payment case.
Am I correct in saying, too, the two testimonies that Bragg is looking for is Michael Cohen and Stormy Daniels?
Yeah, the two,
One's a porn star and one's in jail for perjury.
Convicted perjurer, yeah. Who also, by the way, and she's testified Trump never tried to keep anything secret. He didn't, he didn't have anything. I mean, it's just nonsense. And again, this used to be a misdemeanor, and then the law expired until they couldn't get Trump, so they passed a federal law, a felony law, just to get Trump. And again, this is a case where Trump's lawyer did something for a client and Trump paid him to do it, which is what you do to pay your lawyer who's taking care of business. That's what the lawyer does. He does something and you pay him his bill. That's what Trump did. But they're saying, oh, well, you were trying to make this affect the election, so you broke the federal election laws. And he said, no, I'm just trying to protect my wife from having this whore say that I was sleeping with her. It had nothing to do with the election. I was trying to protect my family. But if they can prove he was trying to help his election chances, then it's a federal crime and he could go to prison. I mean, it's unbelievable. This is never a federal crime of anything other than a business transaction. Good Lord. All right, 440. We're going to play, I've got a whole bunch of stuff to contend with, including the latest diversity stuff at MIT, and Chapel Hill and UNC says, no, you professors, you can't pull that off. Coming up, first of all, Flounder, let's give away some tickets. Shall we do this? This is going to be kind of fun. Governor's Gun Club in Kennesaw, celebrating 6 years at Atlanta's premier membership gun club and range. They're having a Toby Keith tribute concert this Saturday night. This Saturday night, 7:30, we're going to give away 2 tickets to the Governor's Gun Club in Kennesaw Toby Keith tribute concert this Saturday night. Some great music there, family fun, Patriots at Governor's Gun Club. Toby Keith tribute tickets are $40 a piece. Proceeds going to the Toby Keith Foundation. You can go to governorsgunclub.com to buy them, but we're going to give away 2 right now. 404-741-1230, 741-1230, 2 tickets for this Saturday night. So obviously, if you can't make it, don't call. Yeah, you'd be amazed. Over the years, I swear to God, I'll bet it's 300 times we've given away tickets to the guys. And the guy said, "Oh, thanks a lot. Of course, I can't go, but I'll make sure." And I'm going, "But why?" Anyway.
Give it to the next caller. I just wanted to call.
Well, we just
answer the question.
Anyway, so we got that going for us, which is nice. 441. Now, to entertain you even more, I know we've already done more than we really are required to do. I mean, we had the special edition of the Rainy Day Theater, Not the Kimmers Play. I mean, that alone, you're going to hear that again later, by the way. And the Flounders Funnies for Nucky's Hoagies. We've had so much, and the Donald Trump case and everything else. Let's do it now. This made a social media round somehow. I don't know where. Do we even know where this came from?
I was flicking around, and there it was in the rabbit hole.
Okay, it's an Asian gentleman. I'm not sure of the nationality, but he clearly is an Asian gentleman, and it's like a karaoke.
No, it's a video. It's a music video.
Oh, so this guy is an entertainer, and he's an Asian singer singing in English.
Yes,
he's using English words. And apparently, he doesn't really understand the meanings of the words.
Nope.
They're used more for other reasons than for what they mean, apparently. So here now is Mr. Ching Duck Doing, or whatever my name. I don't know, but I'm just giving it a name.
Did you have
generic.
to do that?
No, there's like several different nationalities I put in there all together.
What is his real name? Do you know his real name?
I'll have to go to his
don't worry
Instagram.
about it. Anyway, so this...
Who cares? Just throw a tin can down some stairs. Is that what you're saying?
I had Agent Orange. I'm not my normal self. You got to give me a break. So here's this Asian gentleman singing, but you might want to check out the actual words he uses in the song. Here, Flounder, do it.
So many talking, not yet tried. You will happy let go. Say don't cry, let me go die. But still admire for my dream. My heart goes die so low.
My heart goes out so low.
Still
Waiting for you.
It's better with subtitles. I'll just put it that way.
It's actually he's a nice singer. I mean, but he's singing words that make no sense. They're just they rhyme, but they have no meaning. Went to the house and found a mouse, and I mean, whatever.
There's an Italian singer in the '60s that put together just English words that made no sense, and it went to #1 on their charts because it had a good beat to it.
Yeah, well, there you are. Anyway, just a little something to break the tension. 444 with the Kimmer, Pete, and the Flounder, and well, this is a good sign. At University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, anti-Israel, Jew-hating demonstrators. I love what anti-Israeli now. They're Jew-haters. Jew-hating professional demonstrators sprang up on the campus. University people took action to restore order. Well, the students who participated in the Jew-hating are facing disciplinary action, and professors at UNC have gang together to say that we are going to show support for the Jew-haters by not giving out any final grades to anybody. So the UNC provost marshal said, no, wait a minute, we're hearing concerns from students and instructors saying they're going to withhold grades as part of a protest, but this is required duties of all faculty and graduate TAs to submit grades by the registrar deadlines. And one congressman says, wait a minute, if you professors withhold the students' grades and make everything all messed up, you should immediately be terminated. They're protecting students who are targets of anti-Semitism and violence. They should not be protecting the bigots and the anti-Semites. Fire them. The people said on May 13th, the administration has not reinstated the suspended students. You will see a not reported for your transcript, said the message by the professors. And an NR not reported does not change your GPA either way and can remain on your transcript till the end of the following semester. And he says, I will keep a personal record of your grades so that once the administration meets our demands, the grades you earned will be recorded. So they're going to withhold them for everybody until they meet their demands.
If you're a student at UNC, you need to find out where these professors live and go knock on their door and tell them you want your damn grades.
Well, UNC finally has said, we strongly support the right of faculty and graduates to express their opinions, but if you're hurting our students and abrogating our contract with the people in North Carolina, we are counting on your leadership. We will support sanctions for any instructor found to have improperly withheld grades. We hope you won't, but we will make sure any sanctions are supported. So we'll see. But again, till their demands are met, where do you think you are? This is America. What are you talking about?
They keep pushing the envelope because no adult stands up and says, stop it.
That's right. 446, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here we go.
Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons. We've always been Atlanta's best at installing and servicing garage and entry doors, but you would be surprised at how many windows we've installed as well. So we're proud to announce a new division, All Four Seasons Windows. We now have the ability to make sure every opening in your house is safe, energy efficient, and looks darn good. So give us a call today to schedule your free sales consultation. Find out how you can decrease your energy bills and increase the beauty and value of your home with All Four Seasons garage, entry doors, and windows.
Support for Extra 106.3 comes from Natural Body Spa and Skin Remedy, celebrating your 35th anniversary and Mother's Day season with custom day spa and med spa packages. Discover Mother's Day gift ideas and award-winning day spa and med spa treatments available at Natural Body Spa and Skin Remedy, as well as e-gift cards online at naturalbody.com or in store at one of their 7 locations in Atlanta, Alpharetta, Decatur, Smyrna, and Snellville. Pamper your parent with the gift of spa at Atlanta's best day spa and med spa.
It is so important to prepare in case of any emergency, and there's one place you can do that, and that's True Prep in Marietta on Cobb Parkway. But before you get into preparing, you need to know everything that goes into preparing. That's why they have all these great classes. They always have an intro to emergency preparedness class. What about a bug out bag? Make sure that you go to their class on that. And also, don't forget, they also do blood drives, everything else. It's your one-stop shop for preparedness. True Prep, Marietta, Cobb Parkway, or online, trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
From now until Mother's Day, Solomon Brothers Jewelers is offering an exclusive deal. Receive a complimentary Big Green Egg Grill with any qualifying jewelry purchase. It's the perfect opportunity to fulfill Mom's wish list with the stunning pieces like a diamond tennis bracelet, diamond stud earrings, or a timeless eternity band, all crafted to last a lifetime. Plus, while you're treating Mom, why not treat yourself too? Take home a Big Green Egg Grill courtesy of Georgia Spa Company. But wait, this deal isn't just for Mom. Whether you're celebrating a birthday, welcoming a new addition to your family, or simply want to show someone special how much you love them, this offer is for you too. Our incredible showrooms guarantee that you'll find the perfect gift for your mom or loved one at just the right price. So visit us anytime now until Mother's Day at any of our 3 locations in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Peachtree City and find the perfect gift for any occasion with the extra gift for yourself of a free Big Green Egg Grill online at SolomonBrothers.com or on Instagram at Solomon Brothers.
Hey, it's Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Steel. When the going gets dirty, get a Steel. You already trust Steel for your weed trimmer, chainsaw, and leaf blower. Now you can trust them for your pressure washer needs too. And you can get your Steel pressure washer from Howard Brothers. Howard Brothers has the right Steel pressure washer that you need for heavy-duty cleaning of your house, driveways, decks, and more. Steel power equipment is available at Howard Brothers locations in Alpharetta, Athens, Dorville, Duluth, Lula, and Oakwood. The grass is always greener, and the project is always cleaner when you take care of it with Steel and Howard Brothers.
Welcome to Collins Hill Golf Club. Located only minutes between Georgia 316 and I-85 in Lawrenceville, lies one of Northeast Atlanta's best fun and affordable golf courses. A beautiful traditional layout with small undulating greens and narrow tree lines, and a new pond restoration project that will enhance the beauty and playability of the course. Collins Hill offers a wonderful challenge for every skill level. But golf is just the beginning of what you'll find at Collins Hill Golf Club. The clubhouse is the ideal place for members and guests to relax. The staff at Collins Hill is another key asset to the club. There is always something going on at Collins Hill Golf Club. Interested in competitive golf tournaments locally? Join the Collins Hill Men's Golf Association. Annual membership includes a golf tournament happening every month. Visit collinshillgolf.com for information. That's collinshillgolf.com.
And this guy had a lot of really good riffs and real strange noises. Like Superstition and a lot of his stuff. Well, Stevie Wonder here, baby.
He had an eye for it, didn't he?
Oh, hey, ho! Well, you can sure see the future of music. 1983, Stevie. Stevie Wonder made his only appearance on the U.S. show Saturday Night Live. He was the host and musical guest. He played a Stevie Wonder impersonator in a skit with Eddie Murphy and stars in a camera commercial spoof with the tagline, "So simple, even Stevie Wonder can use it." That's good for him.
Have you seen the meme where he's watching somebody on stage and the woman on stage waves at him and he waves back, and then it shows Shaq just going, Huh?
Yeah. We knew he could see. We knew the whole time the man could see everything. Remember, we talked about that. There's a whole thing saying the man can see.
Man can see.
The man can see. He's all been able to see. This is all bull crap. You get away with all kinds of stuff when you...
He's impaired.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he can still see. I mean, give me a break. He knows where a boob is, or he needs to reach out there or something. I don't know. I'm just saying. A couple of historical things. I'm going to tell a little story here. I hope you don't mind.
We got a phone call, too.
Oh, my God. Well, tell you what. Let's do the phone call, then I'll do history, because this may take a moment.
Laura.
First to the phones. Lori in Alabama. Hey, baby, how's it going? Welcome aboard.
Hey, guys. How are you?
We're doing great, sweet girl. What's going on with you today? What's up?
I just had to call about Stormy.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was 2006, right?
Yeah.
We elected Trump. After that, we don't care what he done between him and his wife.
Yeah.
And then we elected him again in 2020, which they stole.
Yeah.
But Joe Biden can fondle and poke his finger up somebody in the hallway, and it's okay.
Yeah. I know.
We don't care.
Yeah, I know. And again, remember, Vice President Shiftless and Lazy actually said, well, we got to believe the woman, but I know Joe Biden, so, I'm really not going to condemn him for it. So, in other words, if it's a Democrat, you can do anything. They'll let you get away with it and support you.
Being somebody over on the counter in the Senate, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
and pedophilia.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I know.
But don't,
Yeah. And they use this to try to keep Donald Trump from becoming president again. It's so outrageous. Anyway,
it's outrageous.
Laura, you have a great day, babe. Thanks, sweetie.
Thank you.
4:53. Thanks, doll. 4:53. Keep repeating flounder. All right, this is. It may take a little second. We have a Flounder's Funny coming up here too. I think before the top of the hour. All right, here it was on this day in history. Hold on, I got to find my history thing again. I got it. Just had it. Where did I put it? Oh my God! I know. I swear to God. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I swear. I got it. In the year 1274, the Second Council of Lyons opened in France to regulate election of the Pope. In 1274, same day, 1429, the English siege of Orleans broken by Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc, when they burned her at the stake in Rouen, France in May of 1431, they immortalized the 19-year-old and made her the symbol for the French cause during the 100 Years' War. This young girl, Joan of Arc, was born as a peasant. She heard voices of 3 saints telling her to help Charles VII become the rightful king of France. She convinced Charles to let her fight. She dressed as a man, joined the liberation of Orleans, triumphed with other victories as well, but soon made some missteps, and they charged her and put her on trial for heresy. Joan was questioned repeatedly about the voices and why she chose to dress as a man. This is actual transcript from the trial of Joan of Arc. It is both more seemly and proper to dress like this when surrounded by men than wearing a woman's clothes, she said. While I have been in prison, the English have molested me while I was dressed as a woman. She weeps. I have done this to defend my modesty. She signed a retraction on the condition she dress as a girl. Her death sentence was reduced to life. 4 days later, she said the voices have come back. She was dressed in men's clothing again. 27 members of the jury in the trial all pronounced her a relapsed heretic. Whenever the deadly poison of heresy infects a member of the church who is then transformed into a member of Satan, utmost care must be taken to keep the contagion of the disease from spreading to the other parts of the mystical body of Christ. They went on, and I won't read the whole thing. They said, you are a presumptuous, a pernicious temptress, credulous, rash, superstitious, a false prophetess, a blasphemer against God and his saints, scornful of God and his sacraments, a transgressor of divine law, sacred doctrine, ecclesiastical decrees. You are seditionists, cruel, apostate, schismatic, straying in many ways from our faith, and that in these ways you have rashly sinned against God and his church. And on May 30, 1431, they burned Joan of Arc at the stake.
The English did it to get rid of her, and the French helped them, collaborated with them, because they wanted to get rid of her too.
Those were the actual words of the Joan of Arc trial in the 1400s.
Yeah. I
knew the story of Joan of Arc, but I didn't know about all this. It
was all political.
Looked it up last night.
They killed her.
Yeah.
It was political.
Wow. So she was 19. 456, Kim repeating flounder. MIT, by the way, is dropping its controversial diversity statement. It used to be if you wanted to work for MIT, you had to fill out a statement demonstrating knowledge of challenges related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Required to outline their track record of working with diverse groups of people, how you plan diversity, equity, and inclusion within your role at the school. Well, they've taken it down. The president, a girl, Sally Cornblow, says, no, it's not working. It impinges on freedom of expression. It doesn't work. The school is the first elite private university to backtrack on this business of DEI. They had a report that said large amounts of the MIT faculty and the students were afraid to say anything. They said 40% said the administration's stance on free speech is not clear. And the students said we don't know what we can say, what we don't say, but we can't work this way. They're towing a political line, applying pressure toward the leftist conformity and the labels of cynicism. And universities under a legal, moral, pedagogical duty to take action against wrongful, discriminatory conduct. So they're getting rid of DEI. Flounder, what do you got? 457. Flounder.
I've had other jobs. I had a 9 to 5. Hated it. You know what the worst part of the 9 to 5 is? The 9. Noon to 5. Okay. 9 to 5. Honestly, I'm not even up at 9. What am I, a farmer? And the thing that always got me was the alarm clock. Actually the snooze button. The worst. Mine gives me 9 more minutes. 9 minutes is not a snooze.
No.
90 minutes, that's a snooze. I mean, honestly, have you ever woken up from the 9 minutes refreshed? The 9 was all I needed. 10 minutes would have been overkill. I'd have been groggy had I had that extra 60 seconds. I'm so glad they nipped it in the bud. The snooze button will kill you. I used to have a roommate who was addicted to the snooze button. You ever live with these people? They'll start hitting at 6 a.m., stop at 4 p.m. Completely oblivious to the fact that there might be somebody else in the world annoyed by this racket. They'll come up to you at the end of the day with the audacity that, I didn't wake you up this morning by hitting the snooze button 74. Oh, no, of course not. Of course not. I wake up every 9 minutes on my own. That's my natural rhythm. Yeah, that's my thing. I didn't even wake up. In fact, I thought I was having a dream in which school buses were backing up every 9 minutes for 7 hours. But that was you. Huh.
Who's that, Flounder?
Gary Goldman.
Oh, outstanding. It's a 459, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. The Trump trial was on again today. Prosecutors say they're going into way too much detail with Stormy Daniels' questioning. We'll have some more highlights coming up after the top of the hour newscast. By the way, Mayor Adams of New York says Rikers Island is prepared if Donald Trump gets sentenced to jail. The judge already said if you do it again, I can incarcerate you. Stormy Daniels putting on quite a show in court. The jurors are listening intently at poker face, but then they apparently are trying to hold back laughs. They wrinkles and pouts and smiling. Stormy Daniels telling her story very expressively. They talked about condom mandatory porn shoots. How many times she gets tested for STDs? Twice a month now. Talked about her blonde hair and big boobs, meeting with Trump, spanking him with a rolled-up magazine. It's all coming up. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, and Holy Crap at Sports, and more Flounder's Funnies for Nucky's Hoagies. 5 o'clock on 106.3, and the Braves are back in town tonight. Here we go.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
This is falling apart. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Former President Trump just speaking to reporters after what he called a revealing day in court, where Stormy Daniels has been testifying about her claims of a sexual encounter in 2006, ultimately leading, prosecutors say, to a hush money payment before the 2016 election and falsified business records.
They have nothing on books and records, and even something that should bear very little relationship to the case. It's just a disaster.
The former president echoing defense arguments that Daniels' testimony isn't about the crimes he's accused of committing, but a motion for mistrial calling the testimony extremely prejudicial was denied by the judge, who said it's not warranted at this point. The former president also criticizing ongoing campus protests, blaming outside agitators and saying they should be treated the same as what he calls J6 hostages, a reference to jailed Capitol riot suspects. President Biden says his commitment to Israel's security and its right to exist as a Jewish state is ironclad,
even when we disagree,
calling for unity against anti-Semitism during a Holocaust remembrance event. But the White House not confirming reports about a hold on weapons shipments to Israel as some lawmakers press for more information.
Senators Joni Ernst and Ted Budd in a letter to the president yesterday asking which ammunition was withheld from Israel, why, if it was part of the recent national security supplemental passed by Congress, why Congress was not informed, and if the administration will commit to telling Congress about decisions like this in the future.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House, which says what Israel calls a limited operation in the southern Gaza city of Rafah is being watched closely. Meantime, the CIA director back in Cairo for more talks on a ceasefire and hostage deal. Thousands of passengers stuck in line at airports in the UK after what's reported as a computer issue in the system used to check passports. America is listening to Fox News.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
Progressive presents 10 things on a food truck owner's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Stocking the fridge, prepping the stations, finding employees that get along well, finding employees that actually do their job. Looking at you, Gary. Balancing the books, balancing the flavors, having a fresh menu and fresh produce and fresh meat, but never a fresh mouth. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank. Ready on your dog. Target. Road guards out. Stand by. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder at the controls. 503. Here's the number 404-741-1230. 741-1230. We'll update you on the latest on the Trump trial. It's off for the day. He made his comments afterwards as we covered it live for you, as we are wont to do. Anytime it's gone live, we'll get it for you. And we'll talk more about what Stormy said, talking about pajamas like some kind of Hugh Hefner thing, and showing up in his underpants at a room. I wonder, God, and again, this has nothing to do with anything. Why were they talking? What difference does it make whether she was having sex with him or not, what she was wearing or what he was wearing?
Who cares?
The issue is whether or not he paid money to shut her up, and it doesn't matter what she was doing. The issue is not what she did. The issue is whether or not he broke the business laws about saying he paid a bill for one thing, but it was really something else. I mean, that's what it is. It's not about sex at all. But this is what they're doing. They're trying to embarrass him and humiliate him. They're going to bring up that Access Hollywood tape again about what you can do with the women and they like it and stuff. I mean, it's unbelievable.
That's why they're doing it.
Anyway, also coming up, the Republicans are trying to get the tape of Joe showers with daughter when he made a fool of himself with that guy Hers investigation.
What? Someone posted this earlier. What offends you more? The fact that he slept with a porn star, which he probably did, or the fact that Joe Biden is pretty much looks like a pedophile, all the sniffing and touching of children.
And again, I wish I could. That picture is out there of Joe Biden looking at his little daughter when she was about 7 or 8 in a bathing suit, oogling her. I mean, she looks like a teeny little skinny little girl in a bathing suit, and it looks like he's saying, "Oh boy."
All the touching, all the sniffing
and touching and making little thing. I mean, it's just creepy.
It is creepy. Creepy Uncle Joe is what he is.
God. Anyway,
he's not Sleepy Joe. No, creepy Uncle Joe.
It's true. And again, it's offensive. It's offensive. His wife is offensive, the enabler, allowing him to get away with all this stuff. Like, honest to God, she would have been such a hero when he got elected if she had just grabbed him by the collar and said, "Joe, you did it. I can't believe you pulled it off by staying in your freaking basement pretending you're just a nice old man. And we got away with it. Now you are a lame duck, and let's enjoy the rest of this. You'll retire as a president who tried to bring people together. Just do the right thing. Shut up about anything else and go your own way." But again, he's a puppet. He's an empty shirt. Emperor has no clothes. And she loves this. She's controlling.
yeah.
She's the one who complains about his staff. How'd you let him do that? Remember, she screams at his staff when they say, how'd you let him talk to the press? In fact, you know the famous stuff he does. 506.
You know it, folks.
You know everything.
Okay, folks, you know the thing.
You know the thing, but you know the... well, you know the thing. I mean, if Donald Trump had done that, I mean, just
any president.
Anybody.
And not only any president, the fact that they don't get rid of him, the fact they're running him again.
Yeah, this is amazing. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe that he literally wouldn't take a fall in the shower or fall down the stairs or something and say, well, you know what, I really need to concentrate on my health and my family.
Maybe they feel that as incompetence that they managed to get him elected again. That's what they can do to completely push us over the edge.
Well,
socialism.
I mean, is there anybody who doesn't think we're going in the wrong direction? I mean,
half the country.
Yeah, like that girl on former MSNBC and CNN girl said, we need to straighten out these conservatives because they hide what they really feel, and we need to make sure they understand what the truth is. Oh my God,
re-education.
Oh, jeez. 507. Also, we have a list of the top 10 states in America. U.S. News and World Report has the best 10 states, top 10 states, annual ranking. They talked about healthcare, education, state economies, infrastructure, opportunity, affordability, equality, stuff like that. And we'll see what you... In fact, I'm not surprised that the one thing that stood out to me is where these states are. Where do you think the top 10 states are from U.S. News and World Report?
My dad has a subscription to U.S. News and World Report, and that's one of the reasons.
My dad had one.
I read that. I thought it was interesting when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I'm probably the only kid in America who found that stupid magazine interesting. What happened to them?
Yeah, I don't know. All of them. I mean, seriously. Anyway, court and recess till tomorrow, 5:08. Kemmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Talk more about Trump. In case you missed it, the Boy Scouts of America is now Scouting America. By the way, how are you going to... hi, yes, I'm calling about... I have a 9-year-old son. I'd like to see if he'd like to join Scouting America. Join the Scouting America or the... I mean, is it Scouting... I mean, what are you kidding me? Good Lord.
It's Lewis and Clark. We're going to go out trekking.
I mean, come on.
They're dead. They're dead in 10 years.
Yeah.
The Scouts is dead in 10 years.
And now anybody's available. The gender schmender doesn't mean anything. You can be gay. You can be straight. You can be a tranny, obviously.
And they need it now because the kids do nothing but sit on the couch and play video games. They need them to go out and do stuff.
Well, they're saying, we'll still do camping, but we're also going to do merit badges in digital technology, robotics.
We don't need that.
Yeah, more lab work. That's what for Boy Scouts. Oh, I'm sorry, Scouting America. Yeah, I'd like to join the Scouting America, children, people. 114 years, first name change. They allowed the girls in, of course, for years. Anyway, so that's fine. They're bye-bye.
No more Indian guides?
No, I don't. That's a whole separate thing. I don't think that was ever part of it.
Indigenous people guides?
In fact, where I grew up, we never had that. It was only in certain parts of the country had the Indian guides. And that was with your dad, right? That was a dad thing.
I never did.
Yeah, I think Flounder, did you ever do Indian guides?
Yes, I did. Me and Mike Oran, the engineer, we were Indian guides together.
Now, was that with the dad thing, or was that?
Yeah, so it was dads and sons, and you kind of... I think it was once a month or once every other week, you'd go to one of the houses and you'd do a building project. We did camping, arts and crafts, all kinds of fun stuff.
Well, again, this used to be the old days of, just family stuff and Norman Rockwell and really hanging out.
Well, we can't do that. That's bad, Kemmer. It's just family, the nuclear family, bad.
That's not right.
No,
you can't talk about your day at dinner. Sitting down together at the dinner table? Oh, my God. We used to sit down at the dinner, 7 of us, 5 kids and my parents, and we would hold out my mother's and my sister's chair for them to sit down first, and we would frequently would say a prayer, and then we would ask how your day was, and Mom, this meal is wonderful. It was terrific as always. It was just, it was a thing.
So the days you didn't say a prayer, mad at God that day?
Mad at God that day, once in a while. Actually, we were not particularly terribly religious at the dinner table. We went to church every weekend for growing up as a kid. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But again, it was a dinner table thing, sitting around the dinner table.
Yeah.
When's the last time anybody ever do that? Anybody do that now? I mean, seriously, think about right now when you go home tonight. If you're working now and you're going to go home, if you're married and have a family, do you all sit down at the dinner table? And when's the last time you did? And maybe everybody does. I don't know. I don't know. I should know. have no people.
Have no family.
So I'm not family and people, children.
No one loves me.
5, I've never been married, never had sex.
All right, Kimmer.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had the discussion about the TikTok trend with the bear.
Yeah, the bear.
Okay,
the women asked whether they'd rather be in the woods with a bear or a man. The most
So there's going to be a little justification for your argument with Pete during that time yesterday.
Oh, really?
So we have a feminist who went on a date with a manly man, and listen to what happened.
Okay.
Guys, I went on a date this week and I felt the feminism leaving my body. So I go on dates with a lot of men and women who, live over here. There's always a negotiation about who pays, and that's great. I like to pay for people, all that. But what I will say is that I sort of fell into going on a date with the most guy's guy I've ever been on in Santa Monica. He's a bro, right?
Santa Monica.
A guy's guy is usually not my type. Like, I cannot remember the last time that I went on a date with like a straight bro, you know what I'm saying? But it befell me. It befell me in an organic fashion. So I'm on this date with this guy, and the thing about a guy's guy is he's putting his card down. He's paying for everything. And I really it sort of activated something feral in me. I'm not gonna lie. We went to like another bar, and he was gonna go to the bathroom, so I was getting prepared to pay for our drinks because he's been paying all night. Of course I'm gonna pay for the next round. But as he's going to leave for the bathroom, he turns to me and he hands me his credit card, and he goes, "Here's my card. Get us whatever."
And
It might be time for me to get away from all these, liberal snowflakes on the east side.
Boom. Try it, ladies.
Yeah.
What's our going on with a real man? By the way, you civilized us. We used to drag you around by the hair. We can't do that anymore. We're civilized.
Did she say Santa? There's no real men in Santa Monica.
Well, I don't know about that.
Get off of Santa Monica, take a left, and go to
go down to Snoop Dogg down in Long Beach.
Maybe compared to maybe we should compare to San Francisco.
Yeah, true. Santa Monica is a lot manlier than
a little beachier, a little kind of manlier. Yeah. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
But chicks
go down to OB, baby. That's where the men live.
But again, that was chicks. Try it, ladies. Believe me, we're really nice people. And we'll take care of you. We'll protect you. We'll kill for you. Yeah. We'll commit murder for you.
Yeah.
My God.
Enough of the beta men. Jeez.
5:13.
We're tired of having to deal with them.
Yeah, exactly. 5:13. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And the Braves coming up. And holy crap, it's sports coming up. Look out.
Hey, it's Rhino from the Morning Extra, getting your weekday morning started from 6 to 10 a.m.
Nancy Pelosi, Rhino, she's got some things to say about Donald Trump when it comes to his position on abortion.
She comes out yesterday and she says he's either stupid or he thinks the rest of us are stupid. She continues to talk, says you can't be a little pro-life. You're either there or you're not. Well, that's like saying you either are for killing babies or you're not. So you're all for killing babies, Nancy Pelosi.
That's right. Nancy Pelosi is trying to engage people into talking about abortion. There's two things we've talked about on this show. Don't talk about abortion. If you have to talk abortion, say, we're going to leave it to the states. You'll decide what your community is going to be at standard. That's it. That's all. That's what President Trump did. They're trying to engage him into something further because there's no national politician that can talk about being pro-life and get elected nationally.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Hey sandwich lovers, today's your lucky day. There's a whole new way to roll for lunch or dinner delight with Nucky's Hoagies in the Roswell Corners Shopping Center. Now open. Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell is family owned and operated by the Sub-Sisters, Stacy and Shannon, whose love language is food and Nucky's Hoagies, their passion. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagie, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, along with hunger-quenching sandwich combinations. Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Throниes, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Insurance companies know that you don't know a lot about the law, so maybe it would be better just to let your lawyer make the call to the insurance company when there's a problem. David Van Sant should be that lawyer. He used to work for the insurance company. He knows who to call, what to say, and he has your best interest at heart. Plus, if you don't get paid, either does he. Van Sant Law, 855 GA Injury or vansantlaw.com.
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first steps or when we recorded his soccer games on VHS tapes. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families have used Legacy Box to digitally preserve their old home movies and photos.
Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, few things are as important as protecting your precious memories. Give your mom a Mother's Day present she'll never forget. Legacy Box is offering a 60% discount. Order yours today and take advantage of our best Mother's Day sale ever. Visit legacybox.com/records and for a limited time, get an incredible 60% off your order. That's legacybox.com/records for 60% off. Legacybox.com/records.
All right, look out. Our 5 o'clock hour is sponsored by Lee Brandt Jewelers, where luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrand.com. Trevor Pete and Flounder, 518. Oh, wait a minute. Holy crap. It's sports with Pete Davis.
Braves home tonight for a 2-game stand against the Red Sox. The 2-1 Cutter Crawford for the Bo Sox. You can see 2-1 Reynaldo Lopez for us. Great pitching matchup. Both righties earned run averages under 2.
Wow. I wonder if Chris Sale probably won't get a chance to
Tomorrow.
take tomorrow. Will he be on the mound tomorrow?
I think he's on tomorrow.
Really? Oh, my God. How cool is that going to be?
You should go over there tomorrow.
Against his old team. I may well.
Vaughn Grissom's back in town, so you can go.
Oh, no
yell
kidding.
at Vaughn.
Outstanding.
Steve Phillips is a former Mets general manager, so he's no friend of the Braves.
Yeah, we know.
As such, it's no surprise that 2 Braves players are on his all-slump team on the MLB Network today. Matt Olson's one of them. I forget the other one, but 2 of them have made the team.
But the thing, Matt Olson, every time I see him, he creams it and right to somebody.
I know. He'll come out.
Yeah.
The Red Hot Phillies have a 3-game lead over Atlanta. This is what happened in a week. Boom. It flips like that. Yeah. Boston is in 3rd place in the AL East, 4.5 games behind the Orioles. No changes in the basic lineup for the Braves tonight, so they're going to stick with it. Lefty reliever Tyler Matzik gingerly placed on the 15-day injured list with a inflammation in his left elbow. Yes, that's not good either.
Boy.
Left-hander Ray Kerr has been brought up from Gwinnett. He appeared in 9 games for the Stripers as a 4.50 ERA in 14 innings, but 22 strikeouts and just 5 walks.
Wow,
so he's a strikeout machine.
Good.
ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reports that it was Falcons owner Arthur Blank that is responsible for the drafting of Michael Penix Jr. So he was.
Really?
Yeah, stepping in. And the Falcons announced that 42 high schools across Georgia will receive grants from the Arthur Blank Family Foundation to launch girls flag football programs, including Fannin County, Central Gwinnett, Decatur, East Caida, LaGrange, North Forsyth, Savannah Arts Academy, South Atlanta, and Discovery High out in Gwinnett.
By the way, for the record of you newcomers, it's not Coweta County, it's Caida County.
Caida.
By the way, I have no problem with girls flag football, I guess. But are they going to block? I mean, is it going to be, it's really just racing around. Whoever's fastest is going to get away, is going to be the best person. But I'm in favor of it. I mean,
it's athletic.
Absolutely.
Cecil or Cecil, I don't know which one, but we knew him as Hootie Ingram, former Alabama football star and athletic director, died yesterday. He was 90. Ingram, an all-SEC DB, led the nation with 10 interceptions as a sophomore back in 1952. That's a school and league single-season record that still stands.
Really?
Yeah, amazing. Tuscaloosa native, also played halfback. Hootie played alongside Bart Starr and was also an all-SEC second baseman. So all-around guy there.
I'll be darned.
Signed with the NFL's Eagles, but left to begin a coaching career at the Tuscaloosa High Schools. He was basically a head coach at Clemson. And before that, he was with Georgia as an assistant. So he did a lot of stuff. Athletic director at Florida State in the 80s, and then went back to Alabama, hired Gene Stallings as their football coach there. Hootie Ingram, SEC legend, dead at the age of 90.
Wow.
Yeah. And you could add Gisele Bündchen to the list of people who took offense at the roast of Tom Brady.
Oh, really?
According to People magazine, Bündchen was deeply disappointed by the disrespectful portrayal of her family on the roast show. Probably mad that all of the things said about her, it was a joke about Robert Kraft that made Brady get up and get angry.
Yeah.
Nothing about his wife made him angry. Yeah. And as naughty as Nikki Glaser was on the roast, she actually held back.
Oh, I know, yeah.
While on the Howard Stern show, Glaser had the joke she didn't use on the roast, like, "Thank you all for being here tonight and taking time away from cheating on your wives." Hey, it's not their fault. It's their wives' fault for aging naturally. It's really cool tonight. All the proceeds are going to CTE research and the NFL's coordinated effort to cover it up. People don't know, but it costs millions to murder those doctors that know the truth.
Nikki Glaser.
But Tom, seriously, I love your work that you've done on your face. Seriously, though, slow down. What happened to your cheeks? You look like a Ken doll that was microwaved. She's funny. And as for the now infamous joke told by Drew Bledsoe, where he said, "Obviously, buddy, you got really used to not being touched during your playing career.
Yeah.
Just like the end of your marriage."
Yeah, I'll bet that was a good one.
Guess who gave Drew Bledsoe that joke?
Who? She did?
His wife.
Oh, my God.
Drew Bledsoe's wife told him that.
Wow, cool. And Drew Bledsoe's the guy who left to give Tom Brady a chance to play quarterback, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he didn't leave.
I mean, he got hurt, but it wasn't because
he almost
left.
died.
Tom Brady took over because Drew Bledsoe could no longer
ruptured
play.
his spleen or something.
Yeah, spleen in the kidney area, the whole deal.
Ben Roethlisberger's name has come up again in the bogus trial of President-elect Donald Trump.
Oh, man.
The former Steelers quarterback brought up when a witness said that Trump introduced Stormy to Roethlisberger. Happened in Nevada, per the testimony. Trump described Daniels as his little friend Stormy.
God, gross.
Say hello to my little friend.
Oh, please.
This is the second time that Ben has been brought up in connection to Daniels. The common strumpet wrote a book a few years ago, and in it she described how Trump asked Big Ben to walk her back to her hotel room, and then Big Ben requested a goodnight kiss from her.
Ah, well.
Hope he requested a lip bleach afterwards. Brought to you by Clorox.
Oh, there we got a bucket of it here.
It took a while. Why do we have a bucket of Clorox
I
wipes
think because
in here?
they want me to wipe down the desk because they think I leave an ink mark on the morning boy's desk. Well, I do not. When I always clean it. In fact, Flounder can look at me. You can attest to this. I'll bet you see me every freaking night. The last thing I do is what, Flounder? I put all my crap away and I take that freaking Clorox thing and I wipe down the whole
He wipes the table down
every night.
Respect.
Thank you.
I've taught nothing but respect.
Yeah.
It took a while, but Indianapolis Star reporter Greg Doyle suspended for 2 weeks by the newspaper for creepy things he said to WNBA player Caitlin Clark in mid-April. Yeah. Caitlin Clark, if you say that 3 times. Probably the last time I'll ever say her name then. On this day, May 7th, in 1975, the Braves trade holdout first baseman Dick Allen, otherwise known as Richie Allen.
Wasn't he with the Phillies or something?
He was with the Phillies and a few others, yeah.
God, he goes way back.
And catcher Johnny Oates to the Phillies for catcher Jim Essien, outfitter Barry Bunnell, and cash. Allen refused to report to the Braves after he was gotten from the White Sox in the offseason.
What year was this?
75. I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
I don't remember it. 2016, Bartolo Colon at age 42 became the oldest player to hit
a home run.
His first career home run.
I'll be darned.
At age 42.
Cool. Good for him. Also on sports, we have it's 5:25. By the way, we're going to play some. You're going to hear some sound bites of Kristi Noem. She's not shut up. She's still asking for it. And if you didn't hear the Stuart Varney interview with her, you're going to enjoy that. Also, let's see. Hold on. You'll hear from her. We'll also have Kathy Hochul making a fool of herself. We may even do the Maxine Waters again, although she makes me so freaking angry trying to destroy our country. But for a couple of other sports things here, Pete, if you don't mind. 1945 on this day, baseball owner Branch Rickey announces the organization of the United States Negro Baseball League. There were 6 teams, 1945. In 1977, a rookie race car driver stunned everyone setting a record as a rookie in 1977 for the fastest time ever on opening day of practice for the Indianapolis 500, 185.067 miles an hour. The rookie race driver, her name, Janet Guthrie. Set the record. Good for her. Remember, they had to change. Instead of saying gentlemen start your engines, it was drivers start your engines because of her. Also, on this day, Randall Tex Cobb, former boxing pro, Randall Tex Cobb is 74. The beating he took in his title fight against heavyweight champ Larry Holmes. The beating he took, it says here, disgusted Howard Cosell so greatly that Howard Cosell never called another boxing match because he was horrified at the beating of it. Cobb went on to have an acting career. He was Leonard Smalls in Raising Arizona, the dog owner in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and Ernest's cellmate in Ernest Goes to Jail. So I just threw it to their thing. Anyway, 526 can repeat and flounder. A congressman has apologized for making a joke about Kristi Noem and Kim Jong-un. Let's see. This guy is a Florida congressman, Democrat Jared Moskowitz. He wrote on Twitter X a clip of Noem promoting her upcoming book. The book includes the claim about meeting with North Korean leader and a true anecdote about her killing her untrainable dog. So Moskowitz came out and said, I made a joke about, he said, well, what the hell did he say? Where's his freaking, I hate when they do this. They put the post in another part of the story. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Here was his post. Why am I getting the feeling that she wanted to eat dog with Kim Jong-un? Ha ha ha. Well, people were very upset about that. And so he said, I took the post down. I did not want it to be misconstrued and offend the broader community. I made a joke about two specific people, no one else. But I would never want to be insensitive and feed into the stereotype about eating dogs if you're Asian. Well, anyway, so that got it. Now, 527. Kristi Noem was on Jesse Waters last night and still won't shut up about killing the dog and meeting with Kim Jong-un. Flounder, if you're ever Kristi Noem.
Jesse. Yeah, they are. So they're also attacking you. I guess you said you met Kim Jong-un. Mm-hmm. Did you meet him?
I've been to the DMZ. I've been to North Korea.
Did you meet him?
People, I don't talk about my conversations with world leaders. And so when I looked at the book and I saw that excerpt, I decided to make the change to the content of the book, and that's been done.
So you didn't have a conversation with Kim when you were at the DMZ?
I don't have conversations about my conversations with world leaders. I've been working on policy for 30 years, Jesse, and that's what most people don't remember about me is I'm old. I'm a mom. I'm a grandma. I've got 3 little grandbabies.
You're not that old. So maybe you did have a conversation with Kim, but you don't want to talk.
I will not talk about my personal conversations with any world leaders. It just won't, and I'm not going to do it.
He didn't ask you about your conversation. He asked if you had a conversation, yes or no.
Liar.
I mean, come on, just, garbage.
Go away.
It's over for her. And by the way, I had not heard this before. Stuart Varney is one of the great business leader, commentators, journalists, reporter guys in the business world. Very well respected. He had her on the show, and listen to how this interview came out when she didn't like what he was asking her.
Do you still think that you are in line to be Trump's vice president?
No, it's up to Donald Trump. He's the only person who will decide this.
He's
the only person who will decide. And I do speak to him.
May I ask what he said to you about being vice president?
I never tell anybody my personal conversations with
Did the dog story
President
come up
Trump.
in a conversation?
I talk to President Trump all the time.
About the dog?
About a lot of things. And right now, I tell you what, he is being persecuted in a political witch hunt in this court case. So I'm proud of him about how tough he is and how well he is doing.
Did you bring up
the dog? Enough, Stuart.
With Trump, did you
this
bring
interview
up the
is
dog with Trump?
ridiculous, what you were doing right now. So you need to stop. It is.
Okay.
It is. Let's talk about some real topics that Americans care about.
I'm afraid we're out of time.
Oh, well, of course we are.
We do thank you for being with us. I know I pressed hard, but that's what people are talking about to this day.
Yeah.
Governor Noem, thanks for joining us.
It's been a real pleasure. Can't wait to meet with you again. Oh, my God. What an idiot. Just stop talking.
What an ego.
I mean, seriously. What are you trying to prove? Do you think you're going to sell more books?
No, she's a Republican, and they always shoot themselves in the foot.
Idiots. At 5:30, we got more, including a repeat of. We're going to send this in to the Peabody Committee to see if we can't win the final award for the Not the Kimmers Rainy Day Theater Playhouse coming up before the end of the show, and Flounders, Funnies, and so much more. Well, 1063, baby. Look out. The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's a camera. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
I want you to notice their tents that they're pitching at Emory and Columbia and other places, these tents on their lawn. There's something really odd about these tents, and that in some cases more than others, they're all the same make, the same manufacturer. It's almost as if a truck rode up somewhere and started handing out hundreds of tents to these idiot demonstrators.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
Support for Extra 106.3 comes from Natural Body Spa and Skin Remedy, celebrating their 35th anniversary and Mother's Day season with custom day spa and med spa packages. Discover Mother's Day gift ideas and award-winning day spa and med spa treatments available at Natural Body Spa and Skin Remedy, as well as e-gift cards online at naturalbody.com or in store at one of their 7 locations in Atlanta, Alpharetta, Decatur, Smyrna, and Snellville. Pamper your parent with the gift of spa at Atlanta's best day spa and med spa.
Hey Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. And now, the security riddle of the day. What's less secure than a fake safe from a furniture or big box store? Joe Biden's fake border policy, of course. But hey, there is good news. This time next year, Joe Biden will not be president. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. Build a wall around your valuables with a safe from the Safe House. We have certified delivery crews to install your safe. With over 30 years in the safe business, the Safe House is the place to buy safe in Georgia. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
My name is Amy Risley. I have been working for Bruce Hagen for 17 years. When I first started, my boys were 4 and 6, and whenever I needed, Bruce allowed me to bring them to our office. Bruce has always treated us like family, and 17 years later, I still love coming to work for Bruce Hagen. Just recently, a friend told me they hear Bruce talking on 680 The Fan. They asked me if he was as nice as he appeared to be on air. I smiled, and without any hesitation, answered, he's even nicer in person. I'm Amy Risley. I work for Bruce Hagen. Let Bruce Hagen work for you. Hagen-law.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-970-3199. That's 800-970-3199. 800-970-3199. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for, Democrats. An update coming up here. Pete will update us on the latest on the other Trump trial that's going on, or not going to be for a while. 5:34 with Led Zeppelin. Big deal in 1974. I thought they were going to sing there. I got totally misled. No, we're not. All right, thank you. Well, here we go. I used to be a disc jockey, as you know. 1974, Led Zeppelin held a party at the Four Seasons in New York for the launch of their new label, Swan Song. Other label signings included Scottish singer Maggie Bell. Suicide Sal was what an album release title. And the British supergroup Bad Company were there as well. Let's see. Oh, by the way, now you guys straighten me out on this. I believe we talked about this yesterday on my history list, if I'm not mistaken. But here's what it says today on Flounder's history list. On this day, 1965, Keith Richards fell asleep in the early hours of the morning while improvising on a new guitar in his hotel room in Clearwater, Florida, probably after a few hits of heroin, it says here. When he woke up, he could not remember the riff, but he noticed a tape recorder that he had left running, and he played back the opening for I Can't Get No Satisfaction.
I was going to say that yesterday.
We didn't hear that specific.
We switched. When you did a story yesterday, I was going to say that, but we jumped to something else so quick.
So this was the thing that he fell asleep and had no idea, and then he heard it on the tape recorder. I'll be damned. That's even a better story than just admitting dicking around with it.
And Jagger wasn't part of that. It was him.
Yeah, it was him. But also on this day in history, in 1999, a jury ordered the Jenny Jones show. I remember this story. Ordered Jenny Jones' TV show. She was a talk show host at the time. Paid $25 million to the family of a guy who was shot to death after he went on her show and revealed that he had a crush on another guy who was homophobic, who shot him and killed him. A fellow guest on the show afterward killed him. Well, the decision was overturned by the court, saying the talk show can't be responsible for what the guests do after their appearance. So she didn't have to pay anything.
They pushed, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they call. I mean, we're looking for trouble.
They brought the guy in.
Remember the old days of Geraldo in the chair fights? You got in the face with a chair. Jerry Stringer, what his name is, Springer.
Jerry Springer.
They all wanted fights. They did it on purpose. Mm-hmm. Anyway, well, it was it was the early reality TV stuff. Anyway, 5:37. Don't forget, coming up, Founders Funny, and also, yes, my friends, we did a little something special earlier today, thanks to Pete Davis, the Not the Cameras official Rainy Day Theater Playhouse. Kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing, not really planned out that well.
Not planned at all.
The advance notice.
Wrote it on the way in this morning.
No, it was coming in, and I saw it like a second and a half before we actually did it. But
that shows.
And it was wonderful. No, it came out. It was probably the best we've ever done. Thanks to you. You're
most entertaining.
Well, it certainly was. I almost can't wait to hear it again.
Are y'all ready?
How long is it?
You want to do it now?
2:40.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's all? Oh, it's not bad.
That's what she said.
That's not too short. That's what she
Well,
you want to do it? Okay. Perhaps something entertaining for... Oh, my goodness. Here we are. And now, another edition of the Not the Kimmers Rainy Day Theater Playhouse, where we take the effort to entertain you, the little people, with a story of, sometimes heartbreak, sometimes joy, sometimes just for the fun of it. Today's episode, what are you talking about? I've got a belly, not a big freaking cave. Our characters include a waiter, a man at a table. The scene set this way. A man is sitting in a restaurant. He's lonely. There's no girl there with him. Well, there was no script. And finally, the waiter begins his approach to the man sitting at the table all by himself. The waiter walks up and says...
No.
It says the man sits at the restaurant table as the waiter walks up.
The waiter walks up, and who's speaking?
Not me.
Who's supposed to be speaking? Read the
man.
Yeah, the man, not the waiter. You said the waiter says.
The waiter walks up.
And the man says...
Oh, my God.
And the man says... but we didn't even get to you to screw it up. He did it first.
But I can't... I didn't... It's not written here to say, and the man says...
Cut.
All right, let's do this. Let's just do this. We'll edit this part out.
Not editing anything out.
Okay, no more ad-libbing. Just read what's on the script.
Right.
You're one of those damn actors who think you're smarter than the writer.
well, there's really nothing on here for me to have to live all of it because there's nothing written down. Okay, well, the music. The music. No, here we go. We're going to do this. Is going to be perfect. Okay. A man sits at a restaurant table as the waiter walks up.
And the man
it doesn't say anything. It doesn't say that.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything after it walks up.
The man says, I'll have the chocolate mouse.
That's chocolate mousse, sir.
Well, never mind then. That'll be way too much food.
And scene. Well, there you have it. Another sterling edition of our attempt to bring joy and romance into the lives, the miserable beings of you, the little people, with another edition, never to be heard again, of the Not the Kimmers Rainy Day Theater. It never said anything after the word waiter walks up. So it didn't say, and the man says, that you didn't write that down there.
I'd hate to see the one where we didn't rehearse.
My God. Yes, another sterling performance. Well, it never said anything after he walks up.
Then why did you say the waiter says?
Well, I tried. There was nothing there. Oh, 5:40. Well, okay. Can I do a little personal thing? And by the way, just for the record, again, I'm very, very happy. I'm not complaining. I'm very happy. I got my ear rockets fixed today. The lady took me an hour and a half, to get it all done. And yesterday was an hour and a half for the car tire thing flat. But anyway, so today I did the ear rockets, and I have this new. It's called AirPlay. All of a sudden pops up on my app on my phone and also on my TV because apparently it's all linked by Apple, which it never was before.
It's how you throw the phone onto the TV.
Okay, but I've never seen that ever until just recently.
You accidentally hit the button, probably.
Well, for whatever reason, but all of a sudden, so again, I didn't know what that was or anything. So she got me all straightened out. Well, anyway, and one thing today, also this morning, an hour and a half on the phone. I'll try to make it brief, but again, this is this freaking mail situation, and I'm telling you, this is getting worse, and a lot more people are going to be affected. As you know, I sent my check 10 days early to the bank, Truist Bank, who does my car note. They never got the check. So I called. They sent me a notice saying we never got the check and I owe 2 months. So I called them and I said, okay, I'll pay you 2 months over the phone with my credit card. They said, no, we can't do that. I said, okay, I'll pay you over the phone with my routing number and my checking account number. I read it right off my checking, the check that you cash. When I send you this check every month, you cash it. So I'm reading everything off this now too. But it's a UBS account, which also has some kind of a management account attached to it or whatever. Okay, so I read them all the numbers. She said, okay, you're all set. You paid 2 months right here and you're all set and everything's going to be fine. I get a notice in the mail. I get a notice again. It didn't go through. Your bank rejected it. That's impossible. My bank can't reject my stuff. I have an automatic never reject thing. So they did the wrong thing, something, and got it rejected. So then I called my banker, and she said, oh, no, she said, I'll overnight you at UPS. So Gigi at UBS overnighted my check for 2 months to the bank, and so I called the bank back, and it's okay. I got a notice last night. Still haven't gotten my money. And I said, I know that's a lie because I can prove it. So I called the bank again. This is all happening on the phone today while I'm trying to work. Yeah. So I called the bank, and the lady says, oh, well, no. I said, ma'am, here's the tracking number. I called Gigi again back at her. Then I called the bank back. I go through all the, press 1 if you want to do all that. I said, not a horrible thing. So I finally got, this is like an hour and a half. I finally got the banker back, and I said, ma'am, here's the tracking number, and here's the fact that someone signed for it in the mail area. I know you got it, and day and time, and I'm not late with the bill. She said, well, that's a whole different department. We don't really have any. And by the way, when they sent me back the notice I was late, they mailed it. So it also got back to me late. Anyway, so I'm definitely going to. Okay, I'll make this quick. I'm going to do it. Gigi at UBS, she said, I will overnight him every night from now on. We'll get you involved with this getting off the mail thing. I'm telling you, this business was not Pleasantdale. What do I keep?
Palmetto.
Palmetto. It's a disaster.
Faye has a theory about it.
Yes.
One of our listeners. I continue to read that Postal Service, lack thereof, is politically strategic to likely allow time for fraudulent mail-in ballot counts.
Yep.
Atlanta, a key market for cheating.
Yep. There you are. I'm telling you, this is a setup. We said this, and we're not conspiracy folks like a lot of people are. This is a setup. They're getting us ready for mail-in and long extended ballots way after the election date.
What do they need?
What do they need? Well, 200,000 to do it. I'm freaking unbelievable.
Well, where is Governor Kemp with this?
Well, he's nowhere.
Where was he in the election?
Anything. I have no idea. And by the way, just a quick note. I got when I came in today here at the office, I got this priority mail big envelope and a very nice letter. I'll get her first name. I'll give her first name is Julie, and she said, "Kimmer, I couldn't find a direct mail address to reach you. I heard you a snippet regarding your frustration with the snail mail and inconvenience. I would be happy to provide you with some free advice. Consider a small thank you for your service and moments you made us laugh." She's thanked it for check out my credentials, did a thing. She said, "Incidentally, I'm from Florida. I love horses, and I was most likely living in Laos while you were in Vietnam. My father was with the State Department." Anyway, this very sweet girl sent me her number, and when I could call and talk to her, she'd be very happy to open up the stuff. And she said, if you have some personal stuff that's out of control, I can recommend a personal assistant. I mean, just, what a nice thing to do. And she overnighted it in a special thing just to make sure she got it.
You should take her up on that.
Well, I may well do it again. I don't even know how to begin. Do I take all my credit card numbers and say, here, do something with them? Or I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to begin. And again, I don't like feeling like a freaking idiot. I'm serious. I'm sure you guys are laughing, having a good time. I don't blame you. I would too. But I don't like feeling like a freaking idiot. Well, I don't know how to do any of this stuff.
The problem is, instead of gradually getting along with it over the last few years, you have held out and held out and held out, and the dam has burst. Yeah, well, and now you've got to learn everything at the same time.
And I'm still don't know how to work my TV remote. It does things that all of a sudden puts up a screen and says, well, would you like to AP with a so-so? And I go, I don't even know what that is. So
do you want me to order you the old one?
I don't think it'll fit. I don't think it'll match up. I went to Comcast and I showed the guy and said, well, I've got a new version, but it's just basically the same thing. I wouldn't know how to connect it.
It's hopeless.
In other words, if you can't just take something out of a box and start working it. It's got to be linked up somehow.
If it's I've done it with mine with DirecTV, and I've literally put batteries in it, and it started working.
Believe me, if I could figure out a way to make it again, there's no buttons anymore. It's just like indentations you can't feel. You have to look. I have to use two hands.
Why are you still with Comcast?
I know. Well, then I have to upgrade everything. Then if I get rid of Comcast, I'll bet there are 19,000 more things I'll have to figure out how to work my TV with Rubu and Mobo and Bing Bang Fubo. And Big Bang and Fubu and Frick Frack and Film Dust and Frink Frack, all this other crap stuff, which I don't know. All
right. Keep paying $300 a month.
I want to get out of it. I want to do the right thing, but I don't know where to start or what to do or how to, it's just a nightmare. And I don't like feeling this way. Damn it, I paid my dues. I don't want to have this life.
The first step is you got to let human beings into your abode.
I don't think so.
See?
546. Give her freedom founder.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
From now until Mother's Day, Solomon Brothers Jewelers is offering an exclusive deal. Receive a complimentary Big Green Egg Grill with any qualifying jewelry purchase. It's the perfect opportunity to fulfill Mom's wish list with stunning pieces like a diamond tennis bracelet, diamond stud earrings, or a timeless eternity band, all crafted to last a lifetime. Plus, while you're treating Mom, why not treat yourself too? Take home a Big Green Egg Grill courtesy of Georgia Spa Company. But wait, this deal isn't just for Mom. Whether you're celebrating a birthday, welcoming a new addition to your family, or simply want to show someone special how much you love them, this offer is for you too. Our incredible showrooms guarantee that you'll find the perfect gift for your mom or loved one at just the right price. So visit us anytime now until Mother's Day at any of our 3 locations in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Peachtree City and find the perfect gift for any occasion with the extra gift for yourself of a free Big Green Egg Grill online at SolomonBrothers.com or on Instagram at Solomon Brothers.
Hi, I'm Mark Beckham with Atlanta Ramjack. We specialize in only foundation repair. What makes Atlanta Ramjack special is the crews. Our crews are the most experienced people in the industry. Foundation repairs has many aspects. We do helical piers, hydraulically driven piles, we do polyfoam injection, we pressure grout, we do carbon fiber reinforcement. There's multiple solutions to foundation repairs. If you see any signs of foundation issues, please contact us at atlantaramjack.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. We handle bonds throughout Metro Atlanta, including from our newest offices in Cherokee County and Clayton County. In most cases, we can have you or your loved one out of jail in a matter of hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
Welcome to Collins Hill Golf Club. Located only minutes between Georgia 316 and I-85 in Lawrenceville, lies one of Northeast Atlanta's best fun and affordable golf courses. A beautiful traditional layout with small undulating greens and narrow tree lines, and a new pond restoration project that will enhance the beauty and playability of the course. Collins Hill offers a wonderful challenge for every skill level, but golf is just the beginning of what you'll find at Collins Hill Golf Club. The clubhouse is the ideal place for members and guests to relax. The staff at Collins Hill is another key asset to the club. There is always something going on at Collins Hill Golf Club. Interested in competitive golf tournaments locally? Join the Collins Hill Men's Golf Association. Annual membership includes a golf tournament happening every month. Visit collinshillgolf.com for information. That's collinshillgolf.com.
Well, Sally, thank you for your time. But unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
But why?
Well, we got the results of your background check, and we saw some red flags.
Like what?
Apparently, you were accused of dog-napping a Chihuahua named Mr. Cha-Cha.
Mr. Cha-Cha was my soulmate.
At Horizon Background Screening, we find things that other companies don't. That's why companies that use us make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com.
The global elites are waging a war on our financial freedom. They want to control our future through digital currencies and a cashless society. By eliminating cash, they can track every transaction, impose negative interest rates, and even freeze accounts at will. But patriots are fighting back by investing in physical gold. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon here. I believe gold is the answer. It safeguards your wealth better than any other asset. And even better, with a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group, you can move your retirement savings into tangible, real gold without paying taxes or penalties. Rolling over your existing IRA or 401k into physical gold could be the smartest financial move you ever make. To learn more, get your free info kit from Birch Gold by texting HEDGE to 989898. That's HEDGE to 989898. Take a stand for your financial future. Text HEDGE to 989898 right now to receive your free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold Group.
Message and data rates may apply.
Here we go. It's only me. It's on the Kimmer 552 with Pete Davis and Flounder and Elton John from 1968.
You can never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like
Old Elton was flying back to Britain after an American tour. After his last gig with the band Bluesology, a keyboard player, Reginald Dwight, gave some thought for a stage name he could use for his burgeoning solo career. So this guy in the cabin came across the band's horn player, Elton Dean, and lead singer Long John Baldry, and asked them if he can appropriate their names to concoct a new one for himself. And they agree. Elton John is born. Did it on the plane coming back with the band Bluesology. Reginald Dwight. That's Elton John's name. I'll be damned. How cool is that? Let's see. A couple of historical things. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 1921. This couldn't have been. Is this a potato thing? Ireland is starving. 1921, 5,000 Irish people have starved to death so far that year, and more are coming. Huh. I don't know why. 1921, that wasn't the potato famine thing. Anyway, 1956, the health minister, this is funny, the health minister of Britain rejected calls to ban smoking cigarettes with a national campaign. He said, no, cheerio, mate. There's no link between smoking and lung cancer.
Sure.
That's 1956.
It might have been another potato blight, maybe in 21.
I guess. I don't remember. I didn't have anything more on it, and I couldn't find out anymore. 1763, Indian chief Pontiac started an all-out war on the British in New York State. And 1912, the first airplane equipped with a machine gun flew over College Park, Maryland.
Have you ever been there? I can see why.
Yeah, you can notice that for sure. In 1915, a German submarine fired a torpedo that sank the Lusitania, a civilian ship. Almost 2,000 people perished in the sea off the coast of Ireland.
Carrying munitions, which it shouldn't have been doing, which is why they sank it, and we got into a war that we had no business getting involved in.
That's just, it's like the Archduke something or other thing.
Ferdinand.
Weird things can happen to get you going into a world deal. It's 5:54. We got one more Flounders from me coming up and a soundbite from an idiot. First, just in, Pete just got this story. What's the matter? Oh, we got a phone call. Hold on. Steve, you're on the radio, man. Thanks for holding. What's going on?
I just need to talk to Flounder Pete about a solution to your problems with high tech.
All right, sir. Yes, sir.
You guys need to do a remote or something from like Johnny's Hideaway, and maybe the Kimmer can meet like an old cougar or something there that's like into high tech, and she can like help him out,
Yeah, come over to the house.
I'll talk to the promotions department about this.
And I don't know if you get somebody like that, I don't know, Cameron, you might have to have some sort of a pump or something. I mean, I don't know.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Okay. 5:55. Former President Trump's classified records trial stemming from the special counsel Jack Smith's probe has been postponed indefinitely. Supposed to start May 20th. District Judge of the State Court for Florida, Eileen Cannon, postponed it today. Trump was charged out of Jack Smith's investigation into retention of classified documents. Notice they never tried Biden, even though he had it in his Corvette in his garage. Yeah. He pleaded not guilty, 37 charges, national offense, Trump was charged with other counts as part of a superseding indictment, willful retention of defense information. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, the other thing is this was trending on Twitter a little while ago, is the document picture that the FBI sent. They botched it.
Yeah.
There were different. There were certain colors go on top of certain documents, and they had it wrong.
In fact, a couple of days ago, a whistleblower testified from the FBI saying that they had these documents were in the wrong place. They were not categorized the way they were supposed to be. The whole thing is a freaking scam. It's all to get Donald Trump. And remember when they got the video of Mar-a-Lago when they raided him with 9,000 machine gun wielding people who slaughtered 25,000 civilians in the area before they got Donald Trump and tried to kill him. When that happened. They showed the pictures of all these so-called secret documents, and they were faked. They staged them to make it look like they were sitting on a coffee table. It was a lie. The FBI did it to make it look good. Freaking scumbags. And on the Donald Trump Stormy Daniels testimony today, let's see. Stormy recalls talking at dinner that Melania Trump was brought up. Stormy says, very briefly we talked about it. They were looking at pictures, and she questioned about his wife. And Stormy said, Trump saying, don't worry about that. I said, they don't even sleep in the same room anyway. Stormy ended up changing her mind about speaking with her publicist after having dinner with Trump. She said, what could go wrong? And then she said he changed. Let's see. Trump's bodyguard once tried to get her to meet with Trump, and she said, F no. And then later on, she didn't know the name of the guy, but later on she did meet with him. She'd been giggling through her testimony. Let's see, where's a couple of the other things about here? She was spanking him. She apparently used the magazine Forbes to spank Donald Trump, quote, swatted him right on the butt, unquote, with it. And although the magazine didn't come out until a few months after she testified this happened, so we don't know whether that's true or not. Let's see. She recalled being threatened by a guy in a parking lot in Vegas saying, don't say any more about Trump or you'll be in trouble. She talked about him showing up in his underpants at a hotel room and posing. Talked about having condom-less sex with him that ended very briefly. Anyway, that's all pretty kinky to me as far as I'm concerned. And more tomorrow. And the 10 best states. We'll do some more of that tomorrow too. Yeah. It's 5:58 already. I can't believe it. Coming up with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder ball game tonight with the Braves. We may head on over there. How about a little Flounder's Funny for Nucky's Hoagies there, Flounder, if you would, sir?
I noticed there's this women's clothing store I see a lot around here. Women's clothing store. The actual name of the store is the Dress Barn. The Dress Barn. That's the best name you could come up with then. That's the one you want to go with. I don't think I'm ever taking my wife to a place called the Dress Barn. All right, let's go to the Dress Barn. Dress Barn. What do the people like that work at the Dress Barn? Can I help? That blouse is right over here. It's only 20 bucks.
Who's that, Flounder?
Tim Hawkins.
Well, job well done. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Anyway, it's only me. I gotta go. You're killing me. Look out, we do it on tomorrow with Pete and Flounder. And Braves, go Braves, see you at the ballpark. Look out, 6 o'clock. Call me home, Christine, with baby coming up. Look out now.
Start your day the right way with Tug, Rhino, and Los on the Morning Extra. Every morning from 6 to 10 a.m. on WFOM Marietta Extra 106.3.